talking about flashing lights, baby. Flashing lights everywhere.
Niggas was saying shit about me. They didn't even fucking know me. This is my story. This is what I was doing when wasn't nobody looking.
Y'all don't know what goes on in practice or the locker room.
Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Hey, these Tuesdays is killer. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, we heard.
I know. You don't be acting like you're not tired. You do more streaming than anybody I ever did.
He like that shit though.
You do this shit, go back and do a playback, go do another 3-hour stream, go
Got
do a
JLBs, baby.
JLBs.
Got JLBs.
Hey, what you rocking today? Good. The fashion has stepped up significantly. I got to get on your level.
I'm trying to just go to the mall.
What mall? What mall?
There's a nice mall right there.
I don't name. He ain't get that from the mall across the street.
It's a nice mall over there.
You know he ain't going to the mall.
I'm not going to the mall, Gil. I don't rock with it. Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. As always, we got the legend Gilbert Arenas here with us. We got Lexi Brown back with us on the couch, rocking the Reeboks. We're gonna do a little Reebok talk today.
Yeah,
you came ready.
Hey,
McKent.
y'all know what
Greatness.
Y'all know what it is.
The crown.
You know how we go.
You know how we do it. Here's what we got cooking in the arena today. Klay Thompson is in the final year of his deal and looking for an extension, but will the Warriors do right by Klay? The NBA reversed its stance on load management, but will the new player participation policy actually work? And Shaq and AI are trying to bring Reebok basketball back, and they signed their first baller to help them get buckets. You see Andrew Reese out here getting it. Let me hold something, Andrew. Let me borrow about 100.
Yeah,
Oh,
intern.
Yeah. But before we get into all that, If you want to get the bread up, go ahead, download the Underdog app, use promo code GIL. They will match your first deposit up to $500. You heard that right, people. $500. We don't know how long it's going to last. You know that you need to get your bread right. NBA is about to start. WNBA is cracking. We got college football, NFL. So many things for you to get your pickups cracking with. And shame on Dak, 1 yard short. Shame on you, Dak. Shame on you, Dak. 1 yard short.
Are you winning?
Huh?
Are you winning?
I ain't gonna lie, beginning I was getting smacked, but WNBA brought me back. They've been doing these like spicy picks now too. So I'm back.
1.5 spicy?
Yeah, the 1.5, 1.7.
I don't even know what that is, man. I'm cool.
It increases your odds if you pick them, but they be like janky shit that's not really gonna happen, but sometimes it does.
It ain't a lot of money in that, man.
What?
Ain't a lot of money in them picks, man.
You gotta just, the live pick'ems is the best part. Because if somebody's playing trash, now I can adjust.
I never know when they doing that, though. You gotta tune in. You gotta stay connected.
Usually half times when I check in to see what's cracking, but then they get savvy, pull them real quick. Like, it is what it is. We see the chat already thriving. You guys have formed a community of your own. We appreciate y'all. The love, the hate, it all makes us great. So drop your MostlyFans questions. Yeah, it rhymed. I know. I'm on one today. It's Tuesday.
I see.
Drop your MostlyFans questions. Make sure to include your Underdog Fantasy username, and we will give you a $50 bonus if we use that on the show. We also are accepting videos now. You know, y'all have a lot of opinions. We want to see what you guys look like. Share the love. We really want to put faces to all these beautiful names in the chat.
So y'all put the email where they can send it?
So we got it. MostlyFansGil@gmail.com is where you can send your videos. And we can use them on the show. Miranda 6 p.m. already got on.
Wait, have y'all gotten another video since the first one?
You know, we working on it.
They work. Yeah. You got to drop link? Did y'all drop the link?
I heard a rumor we may have some today. Did y'all put the link up? MostlyFansGil@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. Okay, they said they funded it, so get off their back. They put it up. And if you can't watch the show live with us, we have podcast versions available, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast from. Help support Gil's Arena. Help us really get to the top. We were number 4 previously. We're gunning for that number 1 spot now. So, Gil, we're going to give you some flowers right quick before we get into...
Me?
Yes. Yesterday, you talked about... This is Gil's Arena.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Me?
I like me?
Me? Yesterday, you talked about how you helped Jason Richardson win the dunk contest.
There's a video of him saying, my 2 dunks, the ones I won with, Gilbert created them. Wow. And then the other one... is our second year, invited me again, right? And we was talking about, windmill and stuff, and I was like, why don't you just go on the baseline and reverse it? So what do you mean reverse it? Like, reverse it.
Oh, my Lord.
Like, reverse it.
Bro, we never seen nothing like that.
So all he does is every single, he never practices it, he just throws it, and he watch it bounce, and he says, oh, I got that, right? So we was like, I don't know if it works. I don't know.
You were like, I had a dream.
So he ended up, he pulled it out. He's never done it since.
So, some people in the chat said it was cap. They tried to hit you with the LeBron lying meme.
What?
That's what, Chef.
Oh, yeah.
About 13% haters in the chat.
Nah, it was more, no.
It was more than that.
No. I seen on you, y'all dropped the clip, and they called me Soldier Boy and everything.
Wow.
Drake?
Yeah, they was calling me Soldier Boy like I was just making up.
What the Gil don't do is come
he
without
created
receipts.
every dunk contest.
Damn.
Yeah, he the one who taught MJ his moves. Like, damn.
So we dug into the archives, and we got some video evidence to present.
Jumped outside the lane. Come on, man.
That's the second one.
Look at everybody going crazy. Look at everybody going crazy.
That was every single one. Because I won rookie All-Star. Rookie sophomore.
The dunk contest is back. Yes, it is. It's back. You know what? It's sad that somebody has to lose that because I'd like to see him do one more. Oh my goodness. That's everything. That's Desmond Mason. That's Vince Carter. That's
never did it before.
All rolled into one dunk. But
in Atlanta, right?
He did to be between the legs. He came backwards. He's backwards instead of forwards. There you go. Oh, backwards instead of forwards.
Look at his fingers.
He went back.
What was the last dunk, and how'd you ever dare to think about doing it?
Well, me and Gilbert is always up in the gym thinking of dunks, and I wanted to see if I could do it between the legs 360, but I couldn't get the steps right. He said, why don't you just take it between your legs backwards and dunk with your left hand? I like the idea. I tried it once, and this is only my second time doing it.
And Gil used to have these crazy thoughts of dunks that he couldn't do, but he knew I would try. And some of these dunks, I'm like, Gil, man, you trying to break my neck. But the two dunk contests that I won, he gave me those dunks. So he told me, like, hey, man, you need to do this dunk. And both of those dunks that I did in 02 and 03, I did it one time, and that was in the dunk contest. And the one and the second one, between the legs backwards, that was my first time ever attempting that. That's the first time I ever made it, and I couldn't do it again. For some reason, I tried it at basketball camp. I tried it at celebrity games. I could never do that dunk again.
That is so crazy, bro.
That's wild.
Wow.
Do the dunk. Can't
I'm
do it.
on receipts.
Receipts, yeah, you know Gil
I
needs
love
receipts.
pulling a nice receipt. I love that.
So, Gil, what was your reaction when you seen Jay Rich actually do this dunk in the dunk contest?
Okay, so the first one, the first time when he went up and did that, so what he was trying to do is, because he's never tried the dunk, so it was like, this is the dunk that you end with, right? So he threw it up and he was gonna just go between the legs because he needed a 45, right? And then the ball slipped and they were trying to count it as an attempt. So back then that was considered an attempt.
Would you get like the 2 attempts, or how did it?
No, if you got an attempt, they
didn't.
Yeah, so it was, basically it was like that was an attempt. So, I'm sitting here like on the sideline, do the what's today? But he was like, bye.
Fuck it.
Threw it up and then twisted at the end. So, I'm jumping. Like, if you see that video, you can see I run on the court. I'm hyped. I'm in there dancing. Warriors, baby. Right? He did my dunk. He did my dunk. So, we won that. He ended up giving me 10 grand for, back then, I was broke. 10 grand at the All-Star game?
Thank you.
Boy, I've been the lobby like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, this the second time, So, the second time we went and Desmond Mason, so him and Desmond are the same type of dunkers.
Yep.
So when we were sitting there like trying to figure out what dunks we're gonna do, because I was participating in that dunk contest.
Okay.
So I went up and pretend I was gonna go between the legs through the lob, and then he tried to windmill and missed that one. But it was between him and Desmond Mason, so we were trying to figure out what dunks he's gonna try, what he's gonna take away from you, what you can take away from him, because it's either between the legs, 360, windmill, between the legs, windmill, reverse windmill. So that's why I was like, if you get to the end and we need that 50, this is the one.
Man.
And then it came down to that dunk.
Game winner.
Yeah. I don't even think Desmond Mason made it. I think it was young fella, Gerald Wallace.
In the finals?
I think so. I think Gerald
That's
Wallace.
when Dez was with Seattle.
Seattle.
So, Gil, you like the Black Forrest Gump of the league. What's a random Gilbert Arenas fact people don't know? I'm just saying, hearing shit like that.
You calling me special?
No.
Yeah, what does that mean? What does that mean exactly?
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Because he just always is.
That's what that means. Life is like a
I
box
love
of
Forrest
chocolates.
Gump because he always doing something.
He was always just
I got shot in the ass.
It's not talking about your mental capabilities, but Forrest did start the Bubba
What
Gump
do you
Shrimp
mean by
Company and
that?
make tons of bread. So,
Damn, Gil, that's a shot. You don't let
That is
this.
not a
Don't let
shot.
this nigga shoot shots at you like that.
Now, if I would have said Bubba, that would have been a shot. So
I was ahead of my time. No, serious. So I created a stat where it was, I think it was over 300 free throws, or 300 free throws and 600 threes. It was one of those. It was 200 threes, something free throws. And I was the first one to create it in 2006-07. Nobody was into that stat again until 2014, which is James Harden.
Shit.
And then he was in it ever since. So it was basically, I was the first person to have the threes and the free throws.
Okay.
Because usually you was a free throw, you was you attacked the basket, or you just shot threes.
Free throw attempts?
Free throw made.
Made.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So 3,000 free throws made.
Nah, I got it.
Yeah, let me pull it up now.
And 3-pointers made, right?
Huh?
3-pointers made too?
Yeah, so here, let me, I keep.
What, the 200 free throw, or 200 3-pointers, 600 free throws?
Yeah.
So 2006-07, you made 205 3-pointers.
Yep.
And 606 free throws.
Yeah, so I was the first person to create that stat, and then 7 years later, James Harden comes in. So him and Russell.
Imagine if we was able to shoot threes like they shoot threes now, how many threes you would have been shooting per game?
Man, to be honest, I was looking at somebody, I was shooting 15, 12, I was putting them up.
Threes? Not like consistently though. You would have some of them games where you.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why the stat was created, because I was like the first one that was actually launching.
Jay Rich was too though.
Yeah.
You and Jay Rich was always at the top.
Like back then it was, that's what I said, it was like one of those, like I wasn't called a ball hog yet. Like I was seeing players that like Steve Francis, Marbury, they were getting called out for what they were doing, and I wasn't. And I'm like, man, I shoot way more than them. Like I'm shooting, 20-something shots a game. It was the pace.
Yeah.
We was moving so fast that someone had to take the shot.
And the offense, y'all run them. Like
did y'all shoot like early in the shot clock or late, or did it matter? Like, because some teams are like, we shooting.
We were considered the sons of the East Coast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you score, we're trying to score.
Right.
Right. We wasn't.
And y'all advantage in that situation was you would push the fucking pace early.
Yeah.
And if you got it, you got it. But if you didn't, you run it out, and then y'all running this fucking elaborate ass offense where you still the number one fucking option on the first 2 passes. Boom, come off, lay up. You know what I'm saying? That shit was so difficult to fucking guard.
Yeah, we was pushing it. Like we were today's offense. Probably if they were on 10, we was probably at 5. It was level 5 compared to what they're doing now.
Still ahead.
So, like you said, the only other players to do that, you, Russ, and Harden did it 6 times.
Shit. Harden did it 6 times?
Yeah, Harden did it.
It's only
Russ was at 200 mates?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's wild.
It was that year he was averaging triple. I think it was his first triple-double or something like that.
He was shooting that bitch.
Exactly. That's what I said. It's hard. It's really hard to be aggressive at the getting to the basket and a 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Right.
That's real. Well, let's keep this thing moving. Reebok is making a comeback to basketball. A company recently named Shaq and AI as president and vice president of basketball. And according to the legend Nick DePaula, they're making a big splash by signing LSU star Angel Reese as the first Reebok athlete of the next generation. Reese led LSU to its first national championship, was named Most Outstanding Player of the 2023 tournament, one of the most influential college athletes in the game, NIL valuation of $1.6 million. LSU is a Nike school, but Reese can rock her Reebok gear off the court and when she decides to go pro. So Lexi, this is something people may not know. You've been with Reebok since 2020.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on Angel Reese
2020
joining the team?
Since she was little.
You see the Reebok?
Since she was little, technically.
Yeah,
Come
see,
on.
I know last time I said I was a free agent, but that's over now. I'm a Reebok girly. I'm a Reebok girly still. But yeah, no, I think it's great. I think them bringing Shaq and AI on is amazing. Since I've been with Reebok, they haven't even had a basketball department at all. So I was just kind of hanging out with them and like just waiting for them to, get their stuff together on the business side. And I think it's great that they went after Angel. They could have went after a college boy. They could have went after a high school kid. They could have went after an NBA player to start this, and they went after her. And I love that for her. I love that for the women's game. And you see, she looked beautiful in their campaign shoot. And I think that's the angle that they're going with. And I love that. And it's going to be fun to see her continue to rock the Reeboks. And I saw her wear Reeboks over the summer. And I was like, I kind of figured that she was going to go there, with the connection with LSU Shaq. So I think it's like the obvious thing to do.
You know what would be dope though? If they just focused that on the women's. Like to start the campaign just solely on,
just women.
Becky's talking about how Asia needs a shoe.
Yeah.
Right? Then you got this, which is a perfect segue of creating a shoe, not only just for the WNBA, but maybe even all sports that have to do something with women. Soccer, you know what I'm saying? You got a whole line of things that can be done in the industry that needs it. So it's like, not only that, the NIL, being able to go into college and high school, Juju, you know what I'm saying? She gonna wanna go Nike, but.
Jordan.
Jordan.
She's already signed to Jordan.
She already signed?
Jordan girl.
Oh, mercy.
Yeah, Jordan got her. Jordan got a high school player already, a girl, high school player. So they're just getting younger.
No, it ain't Jordan, it's Jordan's daughter. She's the head of all of that.
Oh.
Yeah, his kids are the
They running the ship.
Good move, Mike.
His kids is running the show.
Jordan just on vacation.
If you're a female and you're trying to get Jordan brand, it has to go through.
Wow.
Miss Jordan.
Yeah, but Reebok should definitely focus on the open market because you can flood the block with the women's sports.
I mean, I saw the announcement this morning when I woke up, and I was like, this is dope. And it's great for her. And the season's about to start, so it's like the timing of it obviously makes sense. So, you know, I'm hoping that like when the WNBA season starts, you know, something similar will go on with me. You know, that's the plan. And I feel like now that they've done this for the college player, then they should do the same for the professional player that they have signed.
Next up.
Yeah, exactly, because we gonna be in the same league at some point.
Yeah.
So, you know, having that, you know, same level energy would be great. So when she comes to the league, you know, you're gonna have 2 WNBA players already on your roster.
Yeah, that's dope.
So we had Cheryl Swoops in the arena yesterday. She said, Angel, she was asking where you were at. Thought you might be ducking her. I don't know. So
Come on, Cheryl. You never know. I was just with her a few days ago.
Okay.
She said just stay back.
But she said Angel, not necessarily Angel struggle those first couple of years, but she's not going to just be a star right away in the W when she does decide to come. Do you agree with that? And how long do you think it's going to take her to kind of fit into the league?
I mean, one depends on what team she goes to, because if she goes to a team that is severely lacking at that position, then she will be a star. Like, she's going to get all the shots. Like, look at Aaliyah Boston. People thought that she was going to struggle a little bit. And she had her ups and downs, but she was the main option on that team. And, you know, Indiana didn't make the playoffs. They weren't a very good team, but Aaliyah made significant strides during her rookie season. But I definitely agree with Cher. I think she is going to have growing pains. Like, she's not going against people her size or skill level at all at the college level right now, for being honest. Maybe 1 or 2 players in the SEC match her athletically and size-wise. So, yeah, I think she is going to struggle a little bit, but everybody does. There's not very many. I would say Candace, Maya, Tamika might be one of the 3 that came into the league rookie year ready to go.
Simone
Even
too?
Asia struggled a little bit. I mean, we're in year 6 now. So I don't think it's going to take her a long time to adjust, but that's solely going to be on her. But I think she's going to come in and make her mark. She plays hard. She's emotional. Like, she's gonna have fun. So I mean, I'm excited. I mean, we don't know if they're coming out this year or next year, but when they decide to come to the W, we'll be ready for them.
And y'all both rocking Reebok. Long as it ain't Freebok, they got a bag. You got to roll.
I personally don't see any of the girls coming out this year if they got one more year to stay. I mean, you're talking about she's evaluated at 1.7.
I think Caitlin Clark is going to come out, and I think Haley Van Lith is going to come out.
They have the with the Rona year, right? That extra COVID.
Yeah. So this is the last year of that.
Okay.
So they're just going to have to think who's coming behind them, because now this next group of seniors, they have no choice now because that COVID stuff is over. So I think there are going to be some seniors that maybe would want to stay in college for another year, but probably shouldn't, because then they may not get drafted or make a team. But now we have the 2 expansion teams, which is going to be good. So it's going to be interesting.
But would the W take that chance of not drafting some high-profile seniors that's coming out, you know, regardless if they decide to stay another year? Wouldn't it be like a risk to not draft them? It's like you need all the promo, marketing,
I agree.
They wouldn't put their name. I mean, they wouldn't put their name in there.
Yeah, I mean, if they put their name in, they're going to get drafted. But at the end of the day, you have to come to training camp ready to go.
Right.
And the conversation has been like, well, they don't have enough time. Like, none of us have had any time to be ready for training camp. Like, that's not new. I'm glad that there's more attention being brought to it, for sure, because I don't think that 2-3 weeks from your last game of college to your first WNBA training camp is enough time.
Wait,
yeah.
Yes.
I left school early. I had to take my finals early to make it to training camp on time. So we had my Sweet 16 game. The draft was 10 days after that, and then I was in Connecticut like 2 weeks after that.
Then you can see why a rookie will have trouble adjusting. There's no real adjustment period.
No, there's none.
Right? So the last thing they remember is college, and then it's jump right into the pros without working in the summer. Like, you know, when
that
we're done, we got like, what, 4 or 5 months?
At least 3.
Like,
March to what? When's
March
October 2nd.
October to get ready for your first pro
then
season.
we get a like we have like stepping periods, right? You know, we get we leave school, then we train, and then we go to workouts, and then that workouts let us know if we're in shape or not, depending on how that workout went, right? Like you know, like Ant-Man, you know, he went to go to state, and they're like, yo, you need to go harder. Can you do this? Can you do this? He left and said, hey, we need to change up how we training. Right, because this ain't it. I wasn't ready for this workout.
For real.
Then he has to retrain, get ready.
You don't know what team you're getting drafted to until you get drafted to that team.
But that's the same here.
I mean, I thought I was going to Seattle, and I ended up going to Connecticut. And you just have conversations with coaches, and they tell you, oh yeah, we want you, but they really don't know what the team before them is about to do. So, you know, I really thought I was going to go to Seattle, and I ended up going to Connecticut, which both were a blessing, which was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan ended up going to Seattle, which was amazing for her. But yeah, it's a very short period, so I think people are a little hard on the rookies when they come in, which is why, you know, as amazing as the expansion teams are, the 2 additional roster spots I feel like would have been what we needed.
Yeah.
But we'll see how they navigate through these expansion teams, because they could end up doing the same
The
thing.
expansion team, they'll get what, the number 1 pick and the number 2 pick guaranteed. So if you're Angel and them, you're gonna come out. You have to, because what ends up happening is if those 2 teams they get the number 1 and number 2 pick, right? And I'm them and I'm gonna be a number 1 or 2 pick, I wanna come into that team because now that is actually my team.
Right.
Right? I don't have to worry about some veteran pecking order. Right? I get to be a star today versus letting someone else do it, and then I come into the draft and then someone, and then, you know, something happens, and then, you know, I get drafted to Las Vegas.
Because
and, I'm Angel Reese, like,
but if they all stay, who's going to be like 1, 2? Because some of them could come out next year.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm
So you have to just play. But I mean,
chess.
Exactly. So
when do you find out who gets the picks?
I have no idea. They haven't even announced the second team yet. So.
Well.
Yeah.
So how much faster is the WNBA game versus college and making that transition within a couple, like,
Oh, it's night and day.
I know.
There's no
That's why I'm asking,
comparison.
Gil.
I mean, when I was at Duke, we played a 1-2-2 zone the entire season. I led the ACC in I broke the ACC record in steals playing in a zone. Like, there's just no comparison to how the game is played in the W versus college. Everyone in the W is just so talented, athletic, fast, smart. IQ is off the charts. So, back to what I said about like the Iowa coach. Like, I'm not here to get my player ready for the pros. Like, that's real. All the coaches feel that way. She's the first one that probably said it out loud, but
here to keep my job.
Who does Angel play like in the pros? As far as when you say, you know, she's bigger and stronger than everybody she plays against in college. Like, who would she compare to in the pros right now?
I think her biggest asset is the way she chases the ball off the glass.
Yeah.
I would compare it to like a Rebecca Brunson, who played for the Lynx.
Yep.
You know, not the most talented offensively, but she's gonna make the shots that she gets. I think Angel has actively been working on that, because I know that was a big criticism of hers last season, was that she didn't really have an offensive game.
Yeah.
But that energy, that motor she has, like, that's easy. You could teach some of the skills, but you can't teach that motor. So I would compare her to like a Rebecca Brunson for sure.
So she's not a natural scorer.
No.
Okay.
She just is bigger.
Energy, she goes and gets it.
Goes and gets it, yeah.
She goes and
But
okay, I can say, if you're number 1, 2 pick, are you gonna pick someone who's not a natural scorer? Like,
no, I'm gonna pick Angel for sure.
You gonna pick Angel at 1?
Well, if it's Caitlin and Angel, I'm picking Caitlin first.
Where do you place Haley?
I don't know.
5, 6.
Yeah. I don't know what position she is. She looks like a 1. She plays like a 2.
Yep.
She's little.
Little as hell.
So I think this team is going to be good for her, because maybe she can play that 1 and show everybody that she's a capable point guard that can score. Obviously, she can score the shit out of
Isn't somebody in front of her already?
Haley?
Yeah, at LSU, the point guard that was there last year.
And they paid her $500,000.
She left? Oh, she was a senior?
They paid her $500,000.
Yeah, no, Alexis is gone. So
the NIL?
LSU paid her $500,000 to leave Louisville. So,
yeah, because Jeff Walls, he was like, bye. Jeff
I
Walls
can't afford that.
Damn.
Yeah.
I can't
That's
afford
what we doing. That's what we doing now.
Hey, LSU, they got crazy.
Give me that bread. I'll take it.
Well, speaking of number one picks, Fadeaway World dropped a list ranking the top 10 number one overall picks in NBA history. It has Shaq feeling some type of way.
Whoa.
We got the list. We got the IG post. So LeBron took the top spot, followed by Kareem, Magic, Tim Duncan, Shaq, Hakeem, Oscar Robertson, Elgin Baylor, David Robinson, and AI. Shaq posted the list on his IG and commented, "Thoughts? I say hell nah."
Ooh, the autocorrect got him.
You can edit the caption on IG.
You don't have time to edit when he's mad.
Yeah, does that? No one remembers, man.
Hell nah.
Thoughts, I say. Boy, you know he was mad.
Yeah, I like when people say thoughts and then tell you the thought that they want you to have. So, Gil, start with you. You rolling with this list, or does it need to be?
Can I see it again?
Yeah, please. Yeah, I was about to say, pull that up again. Shit.
Okay, so when we do lists, are we talking about the resume or the actual talent themselves, like their talent, right? So if Shaq played against Kareem, that's a Chihuahua versus a pit bull, right? We know Kareem couldn't do nothing with a Shaquille O'Neal, right? So, but one weighed 215. I played at 218. Right? You see the difference? So like you got 310 versus 2 something. Like it's barbecue meat.
I think it's just who's the best overall number one pick.
So is it
just their career, just yeah. So I don't
just like
maybe the only person he can go in front of is probably Tim.
Who, Shaq? You saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would drop Magic. I would put Tim above Magic, and I would put Shaq above Magic.
What's so funny is I was wondering how is Kareem always in front of Magic when Magic was winning all the MVPs and the finals MVPs of that team, but I forget that Kareem has his Bucks years.
Kareem has a whole other universe.
No. Kareem has UCLA. We're talking about number one pick, right? It's about what you're going into as the number one pick. So Magic is coming from Michigan State. Tim Duncan is coming from Wake Forest, 2-time National Player of the Year. LeBron coming from high school. Shaq, literally at 5, is probably going into it the least qualified, but the most talented.
Ooh.
And Hakeem, did Hakeem them win that year? Houston, I don't think they won a championship that year.
That's back when he was Akeem.
So it's leading up to being number one. LeBron is damn for sure number one because he's coming out of high school. He was the most.
This is your stats.
I think
these are your stats while you played in NBA.
No, because look, it's overall. Who is the greatest overall number one? So coming into being number one,
like your career.
Career, the whole thing.
I would say career beyond.
Yeah, career.
So you were taking number one. What did you do? Yeah.
What did you do?
Getting drafted on.
Okay, boom.
See, I can't. 7 and 8. I don't really know much about because
Elgin Baylor was a killer.
That's what. Yeah, everyone's a killer against white folks.
Damn.
It's a different era. I mean, the 7 black people that played in that league, they're all Hall of Famers. We get it. Every single one.
Oh my
Lord.
Elgin Baylor was killing during the week, serving in the military.
Yeah. What was he doing?
He was balling during the week, putting up like 38.
And during the week. And then on the weekend, he had a job.
He was pimping.
No, he had a job.
Working in the military.
Think what I'm saying. You playing basketball, and then you have a regular job. Right?
Defending our country, Gil.
You can't do that today. But it's easy when you played against 5'5".
Y'all rolling with AI at 10?
I don't think so.
He should probably bump up, bro.
Yeah, I don't. 1, 2, 3. I can move Shaq at 4.
Oh yeah, I would flip-flop Shaq and Tim Duncan probably. Yeah.
Nah.
I would.
Nah.
Shit. Tim never. Okay, as a dominant player, I don't.
Remember, you said career.
He was a great player, but
is it fair to be like take everyone's championships away?
if you take away championships and now it's just you,
now it's different.
Now it's just you.
Now it's just you.
Now it's different.
See, and I think that's what Shaq is thinking. Like he's looking at the list like, I mean, if me and Kareem played against each other, that's easy buckets.
Yeah, Shaq moves up.
Duncan, like that. That's why I said I put him at.
Shaq
I go off of just your talent yourself. I go Shaq at.
When you do a list
Hakeem moves up. Hakeem moves up to me, if that's the case too. Hakeem moves up.
I hate these damn lists.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Like 7 and 8 is just like I just can't do nothing with you. Like I don't know.
Yo, no, the old head hatred.
No, I'm just saying I don't know. I can't.
Are we talking? You talking about?
No, I
you
can
don't
look
know
at
as far
the
as
stats.
stats.
No, what I'm saying is if I look at the stats, I'm pretty sure the stats gonna stand out because the era they played in.
Oh no, the stats go up because this triple double. He's triple double guy.
No, that's what I'm saying. The era they played in, their stats is gonna look amazing. So I don't know how to quantify that against dudes who played against 90% black versus
Okay, we have
0.5
another
black.
question. So now so I've noticed, obviously, we're talking about greatest of all time. Bron is like the most recent pick on this list. Do you think in like 10 years, some of these names will be replaced?
Yes. Well, you say
And like,
number
is there
one
like
pick.
a minimum amount of years played? Is that why some of these other number one picks aren't anywhere?
No, some of them.
I think career accolades probably.
Like, okay, what other number one picks would it be? To be what? Dwight Howard.
Yeah. Kyrie.
AD,
Zion.
Wemby. 10 years?
Man, this is
Old Candy. What about Cat?
Carl Anthony Towns. Yeah, nah. That's what I said. It's a new day, and when you're talking about chasing MVPs and scoring titles and all the stuff some of those older guys got, you just shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Like there's no center today that's gonna beat who's the last great center that has the most All-Stars? Probably Dwight.
Yeah.
Right after that, Jokic and Embiid, you literally have to get voted in now. Or not, it's not even voted in, it's the metrics is different. Yeah. So there's not gonna be a center that's gonna be able to have 15, 17 All-Stars because they milked them into the 4 men.
Yeah.
So it's like,
So would you put Dwight in there in front of AI?
In front of AI?
Not in front.
Not in.
No, it's not Mope. In front of Oscar or Elgin.
I can't. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. With them, because I don't know. I can look at the numbers, but these niggas are killers, right? But I don't know, right? I know it's for your time, and it's me. It's like I just put 7, 8 question marks, but that's where y'all at. If that's where they put you at, that's where they put you at.
Yeah, what about Yao?
Yao is, yeah.
Janky Blue.
Yeah, man, you gonna put Yao in the bag.
Wait, Yao played, 7 years, really?
Maybe.
Like, that's like
The janky
Like,
Blue.
I think about dominance. Like, Shaq, he dominated. AI dominated. Like, Tim Duncan did well. It was well.
You went down.
No.
Did you see his voice go down on that?
How about if they take away his championships, was he better than Karl Malone at the 4? Yes. Right, yeah, okay. So he was better than Karl Malone at the 4?
Yes.
Gil, you letting the old Navy fit?
No, I'm just saying, was he better than Barkley at the 4?
Yes.
Without the championships?
Yes.
What does he have if he don't have championships? No scoring title, no rebounding.
Defense, offense, all-star, all NBA, all NBAs.
Listen.
All NBAs.
I don't want to hear the defense.
You're not fucking with Tim Duncan, though?
No. Your team had a great team defense scheme. Am I wrong?
You are wrong, because he was the anchor of the whole defense.
So did Ginobili play defense? You don't know, right? Did Parker play
really?
defense? You don't know. Did the 4 men play? Or
Bruce Bowen?
They didn't play defense. Like that, what I'm saying is if you have a defensive, like your base of your team is structured on like Thibodeau's teams is a structure of defense. So when you're talking about defense, it's like, how do I evaluate each player defensively? Because if your whole team is defense, who's getting the metrics? Who gets the points? Like,
Because
like
he's getting blocked. He's getting blocked.
What I'm saying is you get credit for the defense plus this guy. How? How are you guys all stopping the same defense? It was like the Detroit Pistons, not the bad boys. That was hacking. The real defense, which was the 04 team, that was a defensive team, right? They all played defense, but who only?
According to you, only one played defense, was Ben Wallace.
No, he's the one who got the credit. Tayshaun was probably one of the most. Rasheed was like, it was. That's what I'm saying.
But what makes Karl Malone or
Leave the
Charles
guards out a lot in these defensive
the
things.
team? Because if I'm stopping him, right, and then you end up blocking him at the end, you get the credit, not me, who did 23 minutes of
Yeah, because I blocked the shot. I should get the credit.
But I forced him into a bad shot to get blocked.
Yeah,
but it's
because if I'm not there,
but there's no stat for getting a stop.
But look, it's not a stop. If I don't block it and he makes the shot, it's bad defense.
But if he misses it and it's good defense, I don't get a stat for that.
No, you don't, because we get the rebound and boom, boom, boom.
And then you get a stat for that too, the rebound.
Like I was like, so someone asked me a question. It was like, yo, in my era, could I have made an all defensive team, right? Like if I apply myself on defense like that, which I did. But I said, if you look at that era, the point guard, 2005, 6, 7, the point guard, there was no point guard that was on first team.
No.
It was all shooting guards, right? You have Bruce Bowen and Kobe, Larry Hughes and Kobe, Prince, and it was shooting guards, right? Which makes sense. The shooting guard is guarding all the guys that score, and then if there's guards they're scoring, they get the metrics for that too. So like if I'm guarding, a bunch of guards who don't score, so they average 12, like for me to have a plus number, he got to score 0.
But even back then,
0 to 2, that is hard when you don't score much. But if you score 30 and they keep you to 20, that's 10 plus points you get as a defensive player.
But you said it yourself back then. You was probably the only real, true scoring point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else was shooting guards that was scoring a small forward.
Mm-hmm.
So the all defensive team shooting guard small forwards would make sense because we had the best guard tandem in history. So all those guys got to guard each other.
Mm-hmm.
It was a night in, night out thing. For you, if you was to be considered all defensive, it would be your team would have to be a defensive team.
Yeah, it's just like my player has to score. Like that's what I'm saying. If you guard AI and AI's averaging 30-something, and you hold them to 20 or in the teens, look how many points you would get on your defensive rating.
Right.
Right. If that's what I said. If I'm guarding Smush Parker and he averages 6, and I leave him to 0, I just get 6. Woo! Hey. I did great that day. You know what I mean?
So then you, as a point guard, will have to guard the shooting guards.
Yeah, I would have to guard shooting guards. Be sitting in the post all guy.
Yeah. But then you would be considered at least because you were actually going up. You're playing up to actually be considered that shit.
I would be minus damn near 300. Kobe would have had like 70, everybody.
But let's go back.
I'd have been putting the blender the whole time.
I want to ask you this. What would make Karl Malone or Charles Barkley better than Tim Duncan if you taking away Tim Duncan's defense?
No, I don't know. That's what I was asking. I don't know.
Because Tim is definitely better than both of them.
Okay. Right. I mean, I'm shit. He got he's. But look, he didn't even finish. Listen, he didn't even finish his career. They already had him as best power forward.
Take it or Tim?
We know he's gonna pick.
That's always a good conversation for me. I mean, I always edge Ticket just because I play with him, but when you really think about body of work, Tim, watching the matchups, Tim did a lot. And Tim frustrated KG more than KG frustrated him.
The funny part, when you really think about the history of the NBA, especially 80s and 90s, I mean, it makes sense that Tim would be put in the number one power forward that fast because the power forward in history was usually the grunt man.
Yep.
He was usually that dirty work guy who just, hit people. He was the enforcer.
Kevin McHale.
So a guy who's just a pure scorer kind of made it easy.
Yep.
And the people he was defending, especially the mid 90s when and nobody talks about this in history either. Shaq changed the game because everyone was so scared to play against him. When they were coming into the draft, they went 2 to 4. See, nobody
didn't have to guard.
Nobody realized why the center position fell off. It's because all the 90s centers decided we're going to be 4-man. So the KGs and all that, like I'm too skinny to play against this dude. Hell no. So everyone became 4. That's why the 4-man became 7 foot.
Wow.
And they sitting there like, yeah, I'm only 6'9". Like, come on.
Get your ass down there and guard Shaq.
Come on, man.
Get your ass down there and guard Shaq.
So what ends up happening is the 4-men, everybody they were playing against was 6'7", 6'6", 6'8".
They had an advantage.
What's up, little man? And then, then our 4-men elevated and then our centers went down.
That's a good point.
So good, you weren't a number 1 pick, you were a second rounder, but you were probably one of the best draft day steals. Went on to be a 3-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA. I think what a lot of people don't realize though, in your first 4 seasons, you made more money than the number 1 pick in your draft class. So technically, based on bread,
no, I mean,
you were the number 1 pick.
No, because back then, it was first round, you get, 3 plus 1. Right, so you get 4 years, but it's a team option on the 4th. And then second round, it was 1 year or 2 years, right? So Jason Richardson had to help me fight for just getting 2 years. So when I was a free agent, I signed for 64. So if the number 1 pick at the time was making $3 million, the third year he was probably at 4. My third year, I'm already at $8 million. So by the time they got out of their deal, I'm still in front. By the time the money matched up, I'm already in another deal.
That's crazy.
So there was really nobody in my draft class that would have caught me in money.
Well, this is part of the reason why the league made the Gilbert Arenas rule to player hate. So what was it like?
Yeah, they made the rule. And what they did is so back then, like teams couldn't match their own player. So because they couldn't match me, they got upset and said, he's our own player. That's not fair. There needs to be a rule where
What do you mean, like they didn't have the money to, or they just couldn't?
They didn't have the money to, but because I didn't have my bird rights. So there was never a second round player that played over the mid-level that fast. Like, 2 years.
Gotcha.
No one's going. So I played over the mid-level, so because it never happened before, no one ever thought about it.
Okay.
So the team complained, and then they put it in the next year where whatever your second round get, you can at least match it, and it doesn't count against you against the cap.
Gotcha.
And then Boozer rearranged that shit. So what happened was Boozer, I think he had a 3-year. They gave him an extra year, so they started giving the second round 3 years. So he played well, and then he convinced Cleveland to let him out of the deal because he signed. It was like $24 million. Like, yeah, I signed right now. Just let me out so I can sign it. I want to hear long term. But he already had a deal in Utah. So as soon as they let him out, he was gone.
Damn.
Who was the first round pick of your class? Is that Jay Will?
No, Kwame.
Oh, you was Kwame's year?
It was Kwame.
Tyson, Eddie.
Yeah, Kwame, Tyson, then Gasol, Eddie, Jason Richardson.
Jay Rich. Oh, man. 88, okay.
Safe pick.
So I want to say your first 2 years you made like $800,000 total. It's a lot of money, but not by NBA standards. So what was it like for you going from NBA broke boy to a big baller?
Because
Just how your questions are hilarious.
Yeah,
Broke by NBA standards.
I mean, I was rich in college, and then went broke.
I took a dip.
I took a dip. I took a dip. It was hard out in the streets.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
It was a blessing because your first 2 years when everyone gets money, they go out there and buy the things that they want, right? With me, I didn't get that luxury, right? So it's still like really struggling, but I have a name and I have been successful already, most improved, sophomore All-Star, MVP of the All-Star, won, Rookie of the Month, won Player of the Month. So I was already, so when I signed my deal, it was really nothing I wanted. I bought a Range Rover in like S700.
You upgraded from the Escalade to a Range Rover?
Yeah.
You got a Benz too, didn't you?
It was the 760. Got the 760.
BMW.
Yeah, I got the 760.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was really. And then I partied because I was old enough now to party. And then I got hurt, and then I just like, oh, see, this is what happens when we party. You get hurt. Then from there, it was just
strippers.
It's fun. It's actually fun having it. No, I didn't. It was just a regular club. It was just a regular club. It was just a regular club.
Where we going tonight, Gilbert? Strip club.
It was just a regular club. Just to get the bottles. Like, they said to pop the bottles. Keep me saying hypnotic. It was out of style then. I look stupid.
Incredible Hulk.
Incredible. Let me get some hypnotic. And it was like, hypnotic.
We don't steal that. We don't steal that.
And they put the bottle.
Yeah.
They gotta blow the dust off.
Like, did you just get money?
Yes.
Who invented Incredible Hulks, and why the fuck did we do that back? Like, who
Hypnotic and Hennessy, bro.
Who thought that was a good idea?
It was not a good idea.
You chasing Hennessy with Hypnotic?
Listen, you wake up
Seek help.
like you don't want to wake up. You wake, like
still
go back
drinking
to sleep.
You was wilding last night.
You was wild, Incredible Hulk. You was Incredible Hulk last night. You picked her up above your head. You're not supposed to do shit like that in the club.
Incredible Hulk.
You got your shirt off and all kind of shit.
All right, well, let's keep this thing moving. Let's head over to the Bay, back to the Bay, where you spent your first 2 years. Klay Thompson is the second longest tenured player on the Warriors behind Steph Curry. He's been an integral part of their dynasty. His future with the Dubs, still uncertain entering the last year of his deal. And reports are there are no progress being made on any extension, as Klay and the Warriors aren't aligned on years or bread. Give Klay his money. Klay posted this story on his IG Monday. It's just me against the world. The type of energy I'm on all season.
Oh, shit, Klay.
With the scowl.
Emotional damage.
He ain't going nowhere.
So, as the Warriors roster currently stands, Steph signed through 2026. Draymond re-signed this offseason, has a player option 2027. Wiggins has a player option 2027. CP3 and Kevon Looney are signed through 25. And Kuminga and Moody have team options after this season. So looking at everything that's going on, and we interviewed Steph this summer just about, was this kind of the last dynasty run for this Warrior squad as we know it? But will the Warriors do right by Klay?
At the end of the day, man, just like anything, someone has to get screwed, right? And, you always going into a situation like, I hope it ain't me. Like you said, everyone's signed right now, and he's the last one, trying to negotiate. And, the leverage is who's going to pay him the money he's asking for if he leaves. That's
everybody. It's Klay Thompson. It's Klay.
If you know the metrics, the only system he really fits in that uses him the way he's used is that system.
He could fit in the Lakers system.
We haven't seen him in any other system.
Wait a minute, sit in the corner. The Lakers don't even move fast enough for Klay to
what AR doing, Klay can do.
Klay don't put the ball Klay do not put the ball on the basket. I mean on the floor. He can't dribble like that, which is sad.
AR is not out there mixing and mastering.
He is.
No, he's not. He's 2 dribbles to the lane, paint touch, shoot.
He plays the point guard.
Even if you put AR at the point, you could put Klay. You got.
They don't have the offense.
You don't think a team would adjust their offense
for Klay
for
Thompson?
a Klay?
For 40, 50 million?
Yes. Right now? I think they keep
CP is getting paid for what he was already getting paid.
Bob Myers gonna pay him.
Bob out.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Bob would pay him, but Mike Dunleavy, I don't think he rolling.
That's part of the reason Bob said he left. Like he didn't want to have to be the one to make.
That's what I'm saying. It's someone has to get.
Carroll.
But they did it to Jordan already. I feel like the bad guy was already the one that got fucked over was Jordan Poole.
Here's a question that sucks to ask, but has Klay gotten better in the last 6 years?
At least not the last 3 years.
No,
them two crazy injuries.
No, I mean before the injuries, when you look at his game, has he actually gotten better, or Has it been Steph who's gotten better?
Yeah, he's been really good
Hey, that's
at what
a good.
he does.
That's not a bad question,
Probably
Gil.
under the idea that he's never was gonna go anywhere. Like
He was just gonna be
sometimes
there.
guys get better or find something else to do because they want to go somewhere else. Someone else is offering something, or they see the grass being greener somewhere else. I just don't think that's ever been on his mind, and that's why he's just been so elite on that team for so long.
He's been consistent though.
That's because like when you think about him just improving as an individual, I was like,
you gotta talk about
like dribbling. Like I was
Talk about it.
because I made a statement way back when before Kirby was like blowing. I was like, man, if Klay got his handles right, I would put him at the point guard and get a bigger shooting guard.
Straight up.
Right?
Yep.
But it was like, all of this time you haven't been working on ball handling for you to even.
Has he had to though?
But that's
I'm saying he come out and start doing that shit. Then people are like, what is he doing? You have all these ball handlers around you. What you putting the ball on the floor for? So.
Well, the question, like you said, the question is, has he gotten better? And if you had gotten better, your trade value of going to another team, you have those attributes to show now. I can actually play pick and roll because I was off the ball in the Warriors. You send me somewhere else where I can actually move, and now we see you got, Klay always had this bag with him. But if you don't now, like you saying with the Lakers, you saying it for a reason. You saying, hey man, we don't see this nigga put the ball on the floor. He ain't doing it like that. And it's like, has he gotten better?
Yeah. Which is
I'm just not gonna. What I'm saying
I like that. I like that.
What I'm saying is, if I'm paying 50, if I'm gonna pay him 40-something million, that 40-something million has to be in the element that makes him good. And the element that makes him good is how the Warriors play.
Yep.
Right? How they play, not how I play.
Right.
So if I'm Dallas and I got Luka that sits there and Kyrie that sits there and he's just in a corner and he's a corner dude, I got $50 million wasted.
In the corner, yeah.
Right? I mean, that's not how I want Klay. But if I'm Golden State, I'm paying you. Like, you did your job, right? You did your job. You won me my rings, and the evaluation is the payday. My evaluation on my franchise is what you did, right? I went from, when you guys got here, I was at what, $1 billion and some change?
I think like 800 in the initial stage. It's not at $8 billion.
Now I'm at $8 billion. So the three of y'all got me $7-something billion. Let's go, right?
Yeah.
I don't care. What I'm saying is, me winning, you did it. Like, think about it. Someone made you $7-point-something billion, right? Unless I pay them $7-something billion, whatever I get is worth it, right? I'm worth it. If I don't win for the next something years, it was worth it.
Do you give him what he's asking for?
Yes.
Yeah.
You said you give Klay
I am. I mean,
as a Warrior. Okay.
What I'm saying is, I was at 800 when I bought this team. I'm at $8 billion. You three
guys
did your
did it.
job,
Yep.
right? So,
Is Klay asking for more than what Dre is asking and Wiggins was asking for? Does he get more than them because of his particular part that he played?
yeah, he's second option. Yes,
Second option.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you talk about,
Which I'm pretty sure he's asking for his max. Whatever his max is, I'm pretty sure he's asking for. That's what I'm saying. I'm not hesitating.
so you
Do they have it for it to give it to him?
Yeah, they got it.
They always find some
figure it
money.
out.
What are you talking about?
They don't figure it
what is
out.
that? Silicon Valley? They got that. Nobody listens.
So Gil, basically you're saying the Warriors should be loyal to the big three, but my question for you would be for how long, right? Like, so even if you give him this new deal, do you just,
$7.7 billion.
but do you just ride it till all them dudes are ready to dip?
I think so.
Or does
Yeah.
it
Just
become
like
a
the
point where
Spurs.
like, all right, my nigga, we gave you the next
No.
extension, now you
Till
got
the wheels fall off.
They
The
made,
wheels
what I'm
fall
saying
off.
is,
Yeah.
they did.
Like,
Like
what?
when you're talking about loyalty in business, right? You have to look at them and when you go to sleep good at night because of them. Right?
Real shit.
You know, that's why you get the whatever you buy in is because of them. All three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And the coach.
Yep.
The four of them, right? You know what I mean? So that's who your loyalty is to, right? That's who built the
I mean, that sounds great, but I think when we look at American culture, I'm just saying.
No,
I'm being real.
You're right.
But owners don't give a fuck about labor for the most part, right? Y'all built this for me. I need y'all to take a pay cut so I can make a little bit more bread. Like,
But when you show loyalty, the player shows loyalty, right? When you start showing that you're loyal to these players, think about just this player who's going to have a son and. You know what I mean? He might want to go. Think about colleges right now, right? Jason Richardson, they was loyal to him. His son goes there, right? There's legacies. You're gonna own this. You're gonna own this team through a few legacies.
Yeah.
Right. And you have to really think about like what you're doing. Like this player has a fan base, right? However he feels, his fan base is gonna feel. You might have another kid who wants to go into the situation, right? So you have to think about the longevity of what you're doing. All the future steps.
Yeah.
Right? So they're not going to be quick to leave and say, oh, well, my player didn't like it. Why would I want to be here? They're not going to do that.
Yeah.
That's why New York fell off. How you talk about New York, how the media talks about New York, all the New York fans, how y'all do. It makes players that's growing up reluctant to go there.
Hey, man.
So if you Klay now, should you feel disrespected by the Warriors and what's going on?
Of course. We all expect that when we ask for something, give it to me. Right? Like I got 4 rings, I've done it. You see my work ethic, you see this. We shouldn't even be negotiating, right? But it's never that easy.
Should he have posted that?
Yeah, I mean it's emotions, man. It's
because they didn't make anybody else wait like him, as far as the contract section.
Draymond, he had to wait.
How long?
Shit, everyone thought Draymond was gone.
Yeah, he was going into free agency this past summer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
But the Jordan Poole situation was lingering.
No, he went into the free agency, right?
Yeah.
No.
They got the deal done, I think, before.
Yeah, right before.
the free agency.
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
But that was a lingering thing for him.
Yeah.
The reason why they was reluctant to go right away with him.
So is Kuminga gonna feel that wrath this year? Is what you getting at?
Listen, someone has to be.
Watch your jaw.
Someone's gonna get.
Because he got a chip on his shoulder. It looked like he's going to have a chip on his shoulder.
Kuminga coming in?
No, Klay. So it's like, how is Klay going to play?
Shit, that's the one I pay now because, it can go all bad. It can go all good.
That's what I'm saying.
He can be out there on demon time.
Seriously. Then what are you going to do?
He can be out there on demon 30,
right?
35, 30. Obviously, as soon as that happens, you can be like,
All right, here you go. Yeah.
So if you're the Warriors, though, do you approach it with the wait-and-see mentality? Because to your point, if you don't go demon time, we don't want to overpay you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what are you waiting for if you're going to sign him back? Like, there's nothing that.
And if they are waiting for him to go crazy in the season, that is disrespectful.
That's disrespectful.
Because of
even if he
that
plays
he's done up to this point.
I'm pretty sure they're hoping he starts off rugged so they can be like, okay, so this is what you were when he signs. Like what's the game?
Yeah, it's nasty work.
So let's say Klay's balling, and it looks like you're not going to be able to pay him. It's early in the season.
My team's worth $8 billion.
Should the Warriors just even look to move Klay at the deadline if they're contending?
My team is worth $8 billion.
But Gil, we're trying to get to $9 billion.
Okay, look, first of all, how many teams in history has won a championship when they traded during the middle of the season?
All 4 Pistons for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Okay.
That's the only ones I can think of. With Rasheed and them.
Oh.
Well, for Rasheed.
Did the Miami team, the 06 Miami team, trade mid-season?
Nah.
That was their whole team coming in?
For key players.
Traded with Mark, what was his name?
The Mavericks?
Aguirre got traded.
Yeah, Rasheed was traded mid-season, right?
Yeah, mid-season, Rasheed. But I'm saying, other than that, that's trading key players in the middle of the season, it's hard.
Before the season.
Be quiet before the season. So it ain't so when your team makes a trade, just count that your championship, that shit is over.
But is he playing for championships anymore?
Who?
Klay.
I'm thinking, as long as all 3 of them together, I think so.
No, I'm saying if he gets traded, if they try to move him, right? And, he's like, I'm cool, get me out of here.
Man, he got 4.
So he's looking for max money regardless.
At this point in life,
You should.
Come on, man, they giving it. It's 200-300. They giving 2. What is it? He's probably asking for like 210, 215.
What's his numbers? What's his numbers like from
Like
last year?
last season, 22, 22-4, 2 assists.
He was 22 steals.
Oh no, he's averaged. No, he's been
44%
averaging
from
20,
the
he's
field,
been averaging
41%
20
from
for the
three.
last
Got to give him that money.
7 years.
You got to give him that
He's been
money.
averaging.
You got to give him that money. If it didn't dip under, if he ain't have no
Off of
bad
two
year,
injury, off of two injuries.
Major injuries.
nah, you got to give him that bread.
Major
He
injuries.
deserve it for sure. Because we didn't expect him to come back and do those numbers. So,
And in theory now, this is be 3 seasons removed from.
This would be his. The problem is this would be his healthy season.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's
That's
So
what I
if
was
he
saying to you earlier.
Championship 22 last year. This is his real
Yeah.
year.
That's
So
what I was saying to you. I was
Has
like,
some extra
Klay,
rest because they
Klay's
didn't
gonna
make it
have
to the
some.
finals. For
He
once.
got something to
and
prove.
Steph, yeah, but that's what's. It's one of those things where Golden State, you're not in. You're really not in position to really negotiate because it can turn bad. Because what happens is both his boys are still there and they're signed.
Yep. He looking crazy.
If they loyal, they're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna start making sure you're gonna get them that 45, that 60, that you're gonna be breaking records that you know what I mean? And you don't want that now. Klay averaged damn 28.
Oh, you saying from a player standpoint? If I'm
Yeah.
They
Hell yeah.
They
If
locked
they want to
in.
keep him there.
I already
they
got
gonna
my
make
money. I'm
sure.
trying to get yeah.
Because we know when Klay's off, when Curry's off the court, we know what Klay looked like.
Yeah.
He was averaging 31 when Curry wasn't playing. Average. Every time Curry didn't play, Klay averages 31. Now you talking about Supermax.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all better stop playing with the boy.
But you got CP out there that'll give him that rock too. So it's almost like you're saying, like, we'll serve you, bro. We know what's going on. And a lot of players do know those situations where it's like, hey man, he in the contract, bro.
Yeah.
So in contract mode, so
Yeah.
we're gonna-
Give him
Play
that
last
rock.
season without Steph, 26, 5, and 3
Yeah.
in 20 games without Steph Curry last year.
See?
That's nice.
Come on, Golden
nice.
State.
We're
Oh, Golden State.
What are you doing?
So, but you say you would stay loyal to that big 3, but for how long? At the detriment of your franchise for several years after that, just as an appreciation for what they were able to build. Like, how does this
So with
impact the young core now?
they it's what 26, 27, right? Curry would be what 30.
37, 38, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Sheesh.
Yep.
That's when when they get to that point, that's when we negotiating.
Okay.
Like, I'm fellas, what I mean? We need to move on from them. So I can't pay you max money. I want you to retire here so I can give you, 20 a year. I can't give you 50 a year. I can give you 20 a year so I can start building in the right direction.
Give them under the table up.
I mean,
We got the new Uber for you.
you know what I mean?
I'm
You
just
think,
saying.
you think that they're actually thinking longevity, like we want you to retire?
I think
The
so.
Warriors are thinking
Yeah,
that, like,
I think so.
I mean, it would be great to see.
It would
Obviously,
be so nice to see all 3 of them retire in Golden State.
At the same time, too.
Yeah.
That'd be a great ceremony.
And then imagine like that last few seasons where people are like, is this their last season together?
right?
Is this their last
That's
season
what I'm
together?
thinking about.
And let's say they
You know
go.
how
This
much money
is our,
they're gonna make?
this
The
is our last
organization?
season. Yeah, if they say this is our last season
last-
Like,
together,
come on,
the
man.
tour.
cameras out.
If
all
we-
3. This our last tour.
Oh my gosh.
Who's
Every
gonna be the
game.
Scotty in that though? Who's gonna be Steph? Steph
Dre.
wasn't
I
even
hope
really that
not.
nice.
Draymond for sure.
Steph wouldn't have been a winner without me. He wasn't winning before we got.
I was setting the screens.
I was making.
I was getting the rebounds.
I was getting the text.
So we got a couple more on this topic. Who has been more important to the Warriors dynasty, Klay or Draymond? Now you said Klay was the second option. That's on offense. Overall, who do you feel like has been more important?
That's a loaded question.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, it's hard because they both. Klay benefited from Draymond. Draymond assist benefited from Klay because that's where it went. Like, we do the pick and roll, kick it back to me, I drive, they dumb, I pass it to Klay, right? So, Klay is the second. He's
So
the second.
you put Klay above Dre.
Yeah,
That's
because I can't. It's hard to find another Klay. I can find someone to just be a. I can find a Draymond type. If I have Klay and Steph, I can find a Draymond type. Someone who can come in,
Gil.
grab and go and pass. I can find another Draymond
You told me last season you can't find another Draymond,
type.
man.
That's why I said type.
Yeah, that's why you said type.
I said
I can't
Draymond
find
type.
another Draymond.
I can find.
the bootleg Draymond.
No, You can find like
Just somebody that's gonna rebound and screen and pass.
Rebound, screen, pass it to light skin. Just look light skin. Like in your just it looks white but it's tanned. Look for that dude. Look for that dude.
Lexi, what you think?
I'm gonna say Klay, but I think the most special thing about this Golden State team is that we all know, they know that they all need each other, which is why none of them have left. And I feel like all three of them would have been just fine on another team. I think they would have scored their points. I think they would have made their money. But what they have is very special. And even though we all know that everything goes through them, like, it is very hard for people to even stop them. And that's how they have so many championships. So, I mean, you can say Klay is more important than Draymond, but it just depends on what lens you're looking through.
So we've talked historically over the entire dynasty, but right now today, what is it, the 17th of October, who is more important to the Warriors, Klay or Draymond? Dude, why are you staring at me? Like you want to fight? Like you about to
No, I'm just thinking.
like you about to go get the
Who's
blickies?
more important? Klay.
Still Klay?
Because I mean,
Point,
yeah,
but
that's the point.
at the end of the day,
it's just what he brings. As long as he's on the court, it's hard to double Steph. Right?
Yeah,
It's just.
It is more than
Spreads
that
the
because
floor.
it's an automatic clip. It's not just scoring, it's how he scores it, how fast he can score it. He can turn that bitch on like that. Like, look down, you're like, man, we was just up 12. Klay just hit 3 straight in 2 minutes.
And he's truly the only psychopath on the team.
Yeah.
Mentally, where
he don't care.
The concept of time, score doesn't matter. So when you're talking about making a comeback or shooting that big shot, he's the only one who has no thought process of what's going on. So, when they're down, he's the most dangerous person on the court because he's going to shoot shots like it's just practice.
I think that's in history.
Yeah.
I think he is historically the most psychopathic scorer I've ever seen. Like catch, shot, not
Doesn't
even
matter.
blinking. Don't matter where you are,
Don't matter
where
if
your
it's
hand
the
at.
last 3.
Man.
That should go up automatically.
And I still haven't seen nobody really block his shot, knowing that he gonna shoot it when he catch it. Like you're supposed to know as soon as he catch that bitch, he's putting it up. So I like the fact that Klay has that advantage to be considered the second value on the team for sure.
Because I can see it going either way, and that's obviously a difficult question to ask because everything Draymond brings on the defensive side, basically being a point guard on the offensive side.
No, I mean,
dribbling the rock.
for that team, for the team itself, there was one point where he was actually the most important player on the team. It's because, steals, deflections,
two-way
blocks, altered shots, rebounds, like assists. He held every category but scoring, right? It's like, you replace him, it's like, ooh, this team.
And the occasional dick kick too, which was instrumental.
Fear. It was just like what I'm saying is he held so many.
You had to throw that in there.
He held so many, categories. It was like, man, this is.
It was a natural emotion, though. Like to extend that for it. All right, let's keep this thing moving. The NBA's new load management rules take effect this season, and the league is shifting its stance. Former Pistons bad boy and 6-time All-Star Joe Dumars, who is the executive vice president of basketball operations, had this to say about the science behind load management. Before, it was a given conclusion that the data showed that you had to rest players a certain amount, and that justified them sitting out. We've gotten more data, and it just doesn't show that sitting guys out correlates with lack of injuries or fatigue or anything like that. What it does show is maybe guys aren't as efficient on the second night of a back-to-back. So Dumars also added the following. Obviously, everybody's not going to play 82 games, but everyone should want to play 82 games, and that's the culture that we are trying to reestablish right now. From your favorite team, Gil, the Bad Boys Pistons, Joe Dumars. So Dumars met with coaches from all 30 NBA teams to relay this message, but not everyone is buying it. According to The Athletic, one unnamed coach had this to say, "It's just PR. There are plenty of other studies that prove load management makes sense from an injury and recovery standpoint." So, Gil, we'll start with you. Thoughts on the league's new stance on load management?
It's not on thoughts on the league's new stance. That's my stance.
Okay.
That's my stance when we had
I believe you and Stan Van
Ball
Gundy
Don't Stop.
Yeah.
Ball Don't Stop.
Yeah, he was over here. Yeah.
When he was here, and I said, they have not actually realized load management is the reason everyone's getting hurt because now the guys are out of shape.
Yep.
Right? I was the one who was saying that,
No.
right? Because you're out of shape and you're not in peak performance, what happens is when you go out there and your body is not used to what you're capable of doing, you pull injuries, you're hurt. That's why, I told you, I said, if you're lifting 300 pounds and that's what you can do, and then you take a week off and then go back and try to lift that same 300,
it's gonna hurt.
That's gonna hurt you.
Yep.
You're gonna pull something, right? The same thing with sports. If I done took 2-3 days off and then I go out there and try to, I feel great. My body feels great, but my muscles is not ready to do what I'm about to do. Right? You have to really come on, Jordan and played. I'm looking at Jordan, 82 games, 82 games, 82 games, 81, 82 games, 82 games, 81. There's a reason behind it.
Played 82 games 9 times,
Jeez.
81 once, 80 another time. Gil, even early on in your career, you was out there.
No, but as I said, but when you
78,
look at
80
history,
games.
it's like these guys, you're talking about one of the most athletic players, played long. Why? Because he trained all day. His body was used to it. His body was prepared to do the weird things that he was going to do out there. If you're not in condition to do that.
But if you're taking games off just to take games off, that's weird in itself. It's like, why would you just, because you're not hurt. If you're not hurt, you should be playing.
Right.
Why are you chilling on the
Do you
side?
think, if they maybe play less minutes in a game, but that's gonna affect all their stats and stuff too. So is that why they just opt to not play at all? Because they could go play, if they're averaging 28 minutes, they could go play 20, but maybe they might not get their averages.
Yeah.
So in the 82, so in the 82 game season, right? The elite, the 1, 2, those 5 players, right? They're mentally there 77, right? Right. After them, 70. After them, 62. The guys you're they're this close to an all-star. They're in the middle at 41, right? That are mentally there. So what happens is if everyone's there for 65 games, right? The mentality drops too. So I'm playing 65 games, but mentally I'm only there for 54 of them.
Yeah.
55. That's what you're bringing into the game now.
Yeah.
Right? So if this guy is only playing 65 games, that means he only really mentally came to play 55 of them. So you're bringing down the talent thinking that, if we take 82 games, but he only plays 65, those 65 are going to be so elite that it's good. No, that's not how the fucking game works.
Right.
He has to physically go out there and play the game and mentally be prepared.
Yeah, you're assuming that all 65 of those games, he's gonna have a great night of rest, a great day. His body's going to feel good.
I already know what they did. They go, they look at your schedule, and then the games you didn't play well, they chink them off, and then say, he played excellent 70 games. So if we keep him around 70 games, this is what we're gonna get.
For all 70 or not?
There's no science behind it.
Yeah, it's dumb, man.
It's mostly the back-to-backs that they really complaining about. I think the guys don't want to play back-to-backs.
No, back-to-backs, back-to-backs is...
So gut punches. You
what I'm saying
who
is,
you really are.
Yeah, that's it. It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. This is a mental game. The elite it's a mental war, right? When you're talking about Kobe, 9 games, 40 plus, right? That is mentally being prepared to play. Right? That James Harden stretch.
Yeah.
Where it was damn near 40-something games with 30 plus.
Killing.
Yeah, that is not, your science can't calculate that.
Right.
It doesn't, right? Whatever you can attach things to see how his body's working, it does not measure. You can't figure it out, right?
It's adrenaline.
Yeah, it's mentally the game clicked on and then he turned into another mode. I remember they put some things on me. It was one of those years, and it was when it was first trying to do science of how the body works. And they were like, your output is only 15% today, you're really weak, you're dehydrated, you're gonna go score below, 20 points. And I was like, oh, that's what it says?
You clicked on mentally right then and there.
I'm like, does this tell you who I'm playing against? He's sorry as hell on defense. He's afraid of me, and I'm averaging 30. Does that tell you this?
Nope.
No, well, get this off of me because I'm scoring 40 against him.
Tonight.
Scored 43. This doesn't tell you how I feel about that dude in there.
Wow.
My body can be 100, and I'm scared of you, right? Right? I want to sit out because I know you're gonna hold me to 15.
Yeah.
Right? This doesn't tell you
no
that.
science
So
to
it's a mental thing that they can't measure, and everything they're trying to do sounds just dumb.
What about the potential of shortening the season, which has been thrown out? Are you for or against that? Or play the 82 because y'all had to play the 82? Toughen up, as the kids would say.
You're changing history. You're changing, you're telling us that players have to compete with these invisible names that you got. You got people in the Hall of Fame that you don't want to put out, but I'm getting measured to them, right? My All-Stars versus this All-Star, they got 12 All-Stars, and I got 3, but they're 12. It was only 16 players in the league, so 14 of them had to make it. Stop. You know what I mean? Just stop. Unless you're changing the metrics on stats as a whole, and you saying, all right, it's top 25 ever, at least put them in decades because you're changing rules, right? Yeah. When y'all made the three-point line smaller, right? You went from 24 feet to 22 feet, right? There should have been an adjustment in stats then, right? Because the guys who were shooting threes before, the guys who wasn't three-point shooters,
absolutely.
There should have just been, it should have been gaps so we can all see the change. People didn't even know the three-point line changed in 94 and 95 until I said it.
Listen, man.
It was what?
Some of them weren't alive for that, to see it.
If you getting paid all this damn money, you should be playing.
No facts. That's
the money has increased, right? So there shouldn't be no reason. To me, it's tough, like you said, mental toughness. But if you're a star player and you want to sit out back-to-backs, man, I'm already looking at you weird. I'm already like, yo, what is this? Why would you want to sit out on a back-to-back and not quadruple your production?
Because I'm tired a little bit. I'm a little bit tired.
Come on, man. That shit is not rolling. And that's why I like Ant Edwards when he came out and he was saying that, I don't know what's up with this load management shit, but I'm not rolling with it.
Yeah.
And he took the Kobe approach when, Kobe's like, there's somebody out there. When Kobe got it from Mike, somebody's out there to come see me play for the first time. And they're in the nosebleeds and they spent their hard-earned money to come out here to watch me. And I'm sitting, because I'm in Memphis.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're going to win this game. I don't want to play.
Yeah.
That's unfair to the game.
I mean, as a fan, too, when you're excited to see your favorite players come into town and you pull up to that game and they're not playing, that shit hurts.
I mean, I don't care about, to be honest, I don't care about the fan part of it. It's just, no, I mean, you know what I mean? It's the competition. It's just comp. The person you sitting out, that's an NBA player, right? Who's trying to take your spot.
Yeah, he want to beat you.
Right? Man, I wish we had players when I played on a team that took load management. I would have been starting a long time ago. Oh, you taking the day off, coach? You got to play me now.
Got to play me.
Yep. I took your position, and trust me, I'm not taking no days off because I'm not giving you a chance to get it back.
Nope. Yep.
That
mentality is gone, though.
Yeah, I don't
It's gone. Yeah, it's gone completely.
I take.
But again, we talk about how the injuries.
Practice. What happened to practice?
No, they don't practice.
Huh? That's what I'm saying. All you guys, all the media, league, all y'all who killed Allen Iverson for the practice statement, y'all should be apologizing because he missed practice, played in the game. They are missing games, and none of y'all are saying shit.
Hey, talk about it.
Y'all even run those clips today. We ain't talking about the game because, we're not talking about the game. When the game come, he was there 100%. He's playing 1,000 miles an hour.
Yep.
He's giving you his all.
Every game.
And y'all crucified this man for that. And now you're allowing, you're putting rules in.
So they can miss games.
Just don't have 2 stars miss games. Games? He was missing free practice. They're missing paid games.
Hey, I'm sure them niggas in practice too. They at practice.
They missing practice. They missing practice and games.
They on the bike.
They on the bike.
Watching practice.
I remember when he said practice, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Who practices? Like, think about it. What are we practicing for? What was Philly? What were y'all arguing about? Like, what was the concept of, like, killing this man for not practicing? What were they gonna practice? Hey, AI, get the ball and go score.
Yeah.
Hey, because that's what the game was. Here, AI, go score. What is that? What he needs to practice on? Giving me the ball the whole time to go score and practice. Like, no. Like, hey, I'm gonna sit out. Y'all do something without me.
Yeah. Y'all get better.
Y'all get better. Do something. Work on some shit. Y'all
just gonna give me the ball anyway. So here, go get some.
Like, they really think that James Harden is sitting in practice doing the James Harden. No, that's what they do in the game.
Yeah.
Like, no one practice.
I used to
like
love
that.
when our best players would not practice because now we get all the reps. I mean, I like that earlier in my career when I wasn't playing at all. And they decide to rest for practice. Now I get to go play and go show what I can do. And that's really the point of in-season practices.
Yeah, because you feel like you now like one of the guys that can potentially be one of the guys. It's like, let me show coach.
I don't want to watch y'all have the ball the whole time in the game and in practice.
That was my argument when I wasn't playing. So I wasn't playing in the game and I wasn't practicing. You know, you'd be like, hey, Mook, let me get you.
Yeah, let me get you, bro. Sit down.
Man, I'm trying.
They used to do that shit all the time.
It's like, yo, come on, let me get one of y'all, man.
One of y'all.
Come on, man. Y'all playing all the games in practice too, and it was like that was a thing that.
Mad, bro.
Yeah, like they playing pickup. Like I want to play pickup. I
got next.
That's why I said I was.
I got next, bro. I had next.
I used to do that too. Hey, man, I got bad. Me, I got no, I don't want you.
I don't want you. I don't want you.
And it was like, nah, that's not how this works, bro. Yeah, it's stupid, man.
Hilarious.
And that's why I said I was in the Keysart Pro-Am League in San Francisco during our season. And they was like, yo, you're not allowed to be in this a Pro-Am. It's the only place I get to play.
Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
I get to play out here. I'm playing at the park. I'm playing at like, what happens? I get hurt. What am I gonna do? Sit with the same suit. Sit with the suit, injured or healthy. I'm sitting. I know where I'm sitting at. Seat 15, goddammit. 15. Maybe 14 if somebody decided to get up.
You scooted up and sit.
Scout team was the best. We scouting. Who we scouting against? Oh, I'm that guy today. They used to be mad. Why you going full speed? Because I'm not playing.
You made it to scout. I didn't get to make it to scout team.
Man, around.
Look,
slipping.
We playing against Washington Wizards. Gilbert Arenas. I'm Gilbert Arenas today. Are you serious?
I didn't get that. That's what I said. I didn't get that luxury.
My time.
That's where I wanted to be.
It's practice.
What?
Oh, man.
That was everybody's good play on the other side. I was like, Ray Allen today? Ray Allen today. All threes.
The best part, your teammates get mad at you, but it's like, yo, I'm right. This is what he's going to do to you in the game.
Teammates, it's the starters that get mad.
100%. They like, because the coach is like, God, are we going to stop it? Nope. Not today. I'm going to get this thing off.
Because he's Ray Allen, but he's playing his game.
100%. Talking shit and everything. Yeah, y'all going to have to guard this tonight. Hey, I'm not even Ray Allen, y'all. I'm not Ray Allen. Ray Allen's better than me. Y'all better get y'all shit.
You be talking, if I'm doing this, Ray Allen gonna bust y'all.
We gonna get killed today, boy. We getting killed.
We hated to practice like LaRon Prophet was practice Kobe.
LaRon Prophet, though. LaRon Prophet, bro.
LaRon was practice Kobe, and that was a headache. Because he was athletic like Kobe.
He walked, he had the mannerisms and all that.
The whole mannerism, so he played like him, but his game was different, but now you give him the ultimate green light, and it was like, I'm not guard, dude.
It's crazy how that mindset shifts. Like in a practice where you're like, you're on the scout team, do whatever you want. You like turn into just a completely different player, and then your coach sees that, and they still don't fucking play you.
They don't. It's like they enjoy the show.
Give me confidence in a game that y'all give me in practice. What type of player I'm gonna be on the court?
Come on.
But they just sit you down.
And all them practices go overlooked. It's like, once upon a time in practice, I used to cook you.
No. I told a young fella today. He was like, man, I'm cooking in practice. I said, man, to be honest, that don't mean shit.
No, I don't.
And I said it don't mean nothing because the star players don't value practice after a certain time. So, and coaches understand that. So you cooking in practice, really doesn't get evaluated like that,
Yep.
right? So, I told him, I said, man, you have to play the long game, which means is you put yourself in a routine. And the routine is do not be an NBA player, right? Like you become an NBA player when the season's over with.
Yep.
Because what happens is the NBA players, when they get in season, they go hard at the beginning, then they're gonna start clubbing, they're gonna start partying, they're gonna start drinking, they're gonna start being NBA dudes. That's when you become the professional.
Yeah.
Right? You have your practice regimen, and before practice, like practice at 11, get there at 8, work with the team, work by yourself, film, practice, after, break down film, what you need to do, massage. You treat it like a job.
Yep.
Right? Don't go out, because there's dudes that's behind you or in front of you, right? They're gonna be like, yo, come out, hang out with me. Because they already know what they're doing, right? They already know what they're doing. You don't. So hey, come on, take these shots, let's go there. Now you drunk, you ain't ready for the game, coach put you in, you playing like trash.
Yeah.
Cool.
NBA player.
That doesn't set you back 3 weeks.
Yep.
Right? And that they will put you into that because you trying to take their job.
Yep.
Right? So y'all teammates, but y'all not teammates like that.
Co-workers.
Co-workers.
And that's really how it is. Like I'm not, I'm trying to find a chink. Oh, you partying like that? Cool. Soon as like you coming in like, oh man, I'm a calf sore, man. Soon as start up, running around you.
But that's the evaluation that the GMs be given though. They say he's a pro.
Mm-hmm.
They say he was a pros pro.
Yeah.
Pros
Right?
pro.
And there's guys who, he come in, he's one of the guys on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the NBA players you talking about. Like, he on the team, he go do his thing. But this guy right here, like a David West, was like a pros pro. You know what I'm saying? You knew what you was gonna get from him. He's a hard hat guy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Blue collar. He gonna do his job, go home, and be ready.
Yep.
But a lot of those guys, like you talking about, they go out and
most of the
I turned into one of those guys just because when you're not playing, you try to figure out how to be a pro mentally, and then how not to buy into the temptation of trying to be something else that you think may get you opportunity, but it don't, because you're trying to hang with the guys that are doing it.
Yep.
And it's like, damn, what if I do go home and chill and I don't get the opportunity? I had a lot of work that I could have got. Yeah. I said, I missed out on a lot of work.
The work was
trying to be a pros pro, and it didn't work out for me. So those are always the mental battles. It's like,
It's mental, like, working and doing that. And I told him, I said, man, it's a long game. It's a long season. And, you want to be prepared for when they call your name.
Yeah.
And the reason is because it might took 3 months before they called your name, right? And when they called it, you ain't prepared, it might take another 6-7 months.
Yeah.
yes.
To call it. So you need to be so prepared when they call your name and you get in. I said, you the type of dude, when you on the end of the bench, when the defense is on your side, you helping your teammates.
you
Watch the back door, watch the back door, watch that. You have to be like a coach. Watch the back door so when they look down, you engaged, right? You engaged like water, like, oh, you got something like, you supposed to be that dude. He called your name, I don't give a fuck if it's 0.5 seconds on the clock in the fourth quarter. You rip that,
I made that mistake my rookie season. I got called to sub in with like a second left, and I walked. Ooh, I got lit up at halftime.
Was you upset? Was it the upset walk?
Yeah, it was like, why are you putting me in right now? 1 second?
Yeah. You fucking the stats up.
And we were on defense. I was going out to guard Diana Taurasi my rookie year with 1 second left. Going into the half, so whatever.
But you could say you locked her up.
I don't even remember the play because after it happened, I saw his reaction. And it was Kurt, my coach now.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of fun stories too from my rookie year. When I sat down in the locker room, it came from my teammates first, and then he came in and did the same.
So
and
the
I was
team
like,
got you.
And I've never done that again. And I always tell the babies on my team now, because now I'm a veteran, don't do that. And I'm not telling you because I'm trying to be the boss of you. I'm telling you because I did it once, and I got embarrassed in the locker room in front of everybody about walking to the table. But one of the hardest things for me was getting mentally ready for every game to be ready to play, and you don't play. Like that, the first time that happened to me, I went home and cried. I was like, this sucked. What is this? And it just kept happening and happening and happening. But like Gil said, like you have that one game where you go in and you're not prepared, like you might not get that opportunity again. So you have to, I've talked to so many of my younger teammates about that.
I love it.
How do I stay ready? Like, you just have to.
Yeah,
like,
I love it. That was my biggest challenge. Like my 3rd year, I was coming off a microfracture. And this was the year I averaged 15 a game. In 2008, I believe the toughest era in basketball. And to be mentally prepared, everything you're saying I went through the year prior. So coming into that year, and I'm watching the first quarter go by, 8 minutes, 3 minutes left in the first, okay, coach. And all I heard was, Shotty, go ahead. And that was, I knew my time was coming at some point during 5 minutes left, 3 minutes left, or we let them rock out for the whole first quarter, but second quarter was all mine. I knew you had to call my number because I was prepared. I had already locked in everything both of y'all had said. Was like, okay, as soon as he called my name, I know it's not because he has to, but it's because he knows that I'm prepared and that he needs me. Because he's looking at the game like, all right, we need to run. We need some scoring. Shotty, where's Shotty at? Go ahead. Your time. Bed. Ready. Hot packs off. I'm already ready, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of these young kids don't be understanding you got to get past that wall first that you're talking about. Is you sit there and you're like, damn, I played 26 minutes yesterday. I ain't even going to touch the floor tonight. But then you might play 30 minutes
and
the
that
next
was
game.
my second year. My first year, I played no minutes. My second year, I was first or second off the bench for the year. But yeah, some games I play like 35. The next game I play like 14. So I'd be like, what?
Tough.
I used to treat like, you'll sub me in for 5 seconds at the end of the game, bro. I'm picking up full court. Because I'm fat. This is the thing, they used to bet to see if I'm gonna get a shot up. So I'm playing hard and I'll foul.
I'll get a free throw.
Go shoot the free throw so I get the ball.
Give me the ball. Get it out.
I'm gonna get a shot somehow. So I used to do that so much where you call my name, bro. I'm knocking everything. I'm jumping. I'll come in. I'll be in the middle of the game and I'm throwing my shit back. So it looked like I'm so excited just to be in the game. And I remember one day, man, the coach put me in the middle of a game. Like it was like 2 minutes, like the last 2 minutes against Ticket them. We were down 8, 2 minutes going into it was like the end of the third. And I'm like, he put me in the middle of the third, I'm getting buckets. I scored 8 straight, we tied the game, right? And he subbed me out. Man, I'm celebrating. I won! 8-0, first win.
Let's go.
I don't care what happened after that. Stand over, get up, shit.
Real shit.
I'm over here.
Real shit.
Game over, nigga.
Real shit.
I made it, it's over. We lost, I'm in the locker room, boy. Good game, boys.
Yeah.
Good game. They looking at me like, what's wrong with you,
Tripping, man?
I won.
I played.
Fuck what y'all did. I won. Called my dad, hey, man, you see the victory today?
You see that? 8 straight.
Yeah, I beat the Wolves 8-0. I beat the Wolves 8-0.
Yeah.
And that's the type of energy you have to be on because everyone's looking. You don't know what a coach is looking for when he subs someone in. He might just be looking for a dude to change the pace, a dude to go in there and foul, a dude to just change energy. He's looking for something. There'll be times in the game where the game plan ain't working.
Right.
And he might just be like, hey, you, get in.
Yes.
Right?
You gotta be ready for that shit.
Okay.
And that's what happens. I mean, we was down by 20 once, and he put 4 rookies in. 4 rookies and down to 4, go. And we down 20, came back and tied the game up, right? All the vets, man, they had the ice pack, the heat packs on, stretching, and we subbed, man, we got y'all back. And coach was like, nah.
Get back there.
And then what happened is the whole Golden State fan just clapped the whole time because he kept us in, and Jason Terry came in, hit the game winner, but they gave us a standing ovation for it.
Man, it's the consistency.
Moments like that.
Yeah. That was my NBA moments. Like it was like little things like that.
If you don't understand the consistency and that mentality, like you said, even showing how excited you are, and you do that in practice too, like when you hey man, I got next. Let me scout team. I'm all over. But even when we doing shoot-arounds, they used to be mad at me at shoot-around because I shot every single shot. And it's like the consistency of that is knowing that I really want this. Like I want to play, one. If you don't play tonight and you hurt, oh yeah, it's up, it's up, it's up. I'm trying to show coach as much as I can
that you're ready.
That I'm ready. And if we're not practicing like that, you're not really getting those opportunities. It's the body language.
Yeah, the body language.
Body language is everything. And I'm so glad that you said that because even if you got to fake it, you got to show them like, oh shit.
Yeah, I ain't fake shit.
No.
And they showed it to me on film, like our next film session, and I was like, all right.
Body language.
That's what I said. I know. I was, sitting there at the end listening. I think it was with me. It was listening to some of the vets, right, when they talking, like dudes, like older dudes. I mean, we had a dude over there who got drunk every game. He knew he wasn't getting in, so he was just drinking, and you just hear him just bickering and moaning, and I'm like, man, this what I'm gonna be like, man. This is like hating on everybody. Oh, they pay him the max. He don't do this, and why he getting $3 million? Like our own teammates, like, man. Fuck that. Like the fruit, like I'm cool. Like I just stand up, like, hey man, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just one of those things where it just mentally I needed to try to figure out how to get the attention. If I'm not in layup lines, I'm not in any of that. And I mean, coach don't see how hard I'm going in layup lines, but the layup lines was my game. That was my game.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm dribbling full court. Y'all gonna see something. Right? Like, I'm trying all the dunks.
Yeah.
Like that was my game.
Yeah.
Right? And after that, my game then became more of a cheerleader style. You know what I mean? And I was just gonna do that to the best of my ability until it was time for me to get in one day.
But like Lexi
But it's
said,
hard.
Yeah, like Lexi said, when you have the body language of like a coach trying to put you in with a second left or 2 seconds left, 20 seconds left, and you're like, man, I can't believe that walk to the scores table. You not thinking about anybody watching you. You thinking, am I not good enough to play in the game? I'm only good enough to play in the last 20 seconds?
Yeah.
Fuck that. That's
And sometimes though, some of the games though that are beyond winnable, we're losing. Why are you still waiting this long to put me in? There's no comeback happening in the next 6 minutes. Why are you waiting for 42 seconds to put the bench in? I don't like that.
That's the disrespectful thing, but
I don't like that shit.
I know, but that's what I said. It's one of those things.
We've been down 30 the entire game. Why are we waiting for 42 seconds?
And they want you to check in with the enthusiasm that I'm doing something for you.
At least when you get put in when you're winning, you can fake a look. When you're down, the team is down 30 and you get put in and you have to go be excited, that is very...
Still calling plays.
You know what's so funny? And I think that's the mind games that they are playing.
Yep, absolutely.
Right? And then sometimes you got to understand that, some of this stuff is mind games. They want to see...
How she gonna react?
Yeah.
How he gonna react to this.
I got to think that he's trying to play me. Right? Good job, coach. I got you, coach. What play you want to run? Like it's 3 seconds left. What play you want to run? I can be stupid too.
Yeah.
But think about how many players don't know that though. They don't know that the coach is testing them for the mind game, and they fail that test. They end up in the doghouse because I tried to put you in. What you mean?
Yeah.
You walked your ass up to that score table. I didn't put your ass in.
You wasn't happy with the 1 second. Why would I put you in for 10 seconds?
Come on, man.
I would put you in for 20 in this. But it's something you have to be told, because obviously, I got to learn it because I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there just watching and saying, this shit, boy. Oh, you about to go in? No, he gonna bust your ass too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right then you hear a player who get in for 3 seconds. Why you pick me? Why won't you just put him in? We see that. Why you just put him? What the fuck you putting me in for? Like, I don't want to play. Just DMP me like usual.
Oh, you don't want to play?
Yep.
Oh, you don't want to play?
All right.
I was trying to put you into the rotation, little nigga.
Now it's IR.
Oh,
you don't want a DMP? Okay, IR.
You don't even
then.
suit
You
up.
play?
No suit up? That's different.
That's hurt.
Damn.
This getting nowhere.
DMPs is one thing. Coach's decisions, you see a lot of those when you look at that box. Go, God damn, coach's decision?
That's the most fucked up thing to me.
Coach's decision.
Coach not fucking with you.
No, IR when you healthy is the most disrespectful thing ever.
I ain't never been on that.
But you can at least pretend.
No. I remember they asked me. It was like, yeah, how's your back? Back? What do you mean back? I was like, how's your back injury? I had no back injury. Well, it says, I'm not hurt. I'm just not good enough to play.
no, when you see that coach's decision, you're like, what they do?
What they do.
Yeah, reporter
What did they do?
What did they do? And you good? And you good? And you see that? You be like, man, they over there fucking with him, man.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
with him.
Very, very familiar. Over the past 20 years, there's been a significant decline in the amount of minutes star players played during the regular season. So, Gil, do star players playing less minutes in the regular season help or hurt them in the postseason?
I mean, it hurts in theory. It hurts. I mean, if your body's used to playing, like everything is, your body, your mental is all being calculated in real time. So, if you are used to, like you said, I know when I'm going in, right? A player knows when he's subbing out. So you're mentally trained. Your body is mentally being trained all season. So if you're used to playing 32, 33 minutes, and your body then shuts down, right? It's being, trained. So then he's like, oh, I need you to, play the whole game. One, you never went hard enough.
Exactly.
You've never went hard enough. You've been pacing yourself for 33 minutes. Whoever plays 40-something minutes, they know how to pace themselves for that. So if you're playing 33 minutes and he says, I need you to play 48.
Different.
You're gonna gash yourself out because you've not, especially even, now you gotta play 55 minutes because we went to overtime.
Yeah, way different.
You know what I mean? So, if your body's not trained to hit those streams when it's time to come, and now you watching someone in the fourth quarter, it's like, man, how come he gasses out in the fourth quarter? Because he's never played more than 32 minutes, 34 minutes. Now we're at the 42-minute mark. He's done.
Well, that's what we look at. I look at Joel Embiid because during the season.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
But if
Joel during the season,
Giannis, there's a lot of guys who are not, LeBron played more minutes, I want to say, Embiid, Giannis, and potentially Joker, too. In year 20.
I don't question Giannis's, I
don't question it. I'm just saying, though, to your point, if you've got these guys and they're not mentally trained, that around the 34-minute mark, I'm done. Now you get to play all basketball. We need your ass out there 45, 46 minutes. And playing a higher level of ball, too.
Hey, hold on, that shit crazy, though. They averaged that in 32 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of more minutes if you think about if we're playing 40, if I'm playing 42 a game, like James and Westbrook, wasn't they playing like 39, 40 minutes when they was those stretches?
Yeah, back in the day.
I remember back in the day, I was playing, 43, 42 minutes?
That's a lot.
Early in your career, 80 games in 40-minute clips.
And to think about the time you're resting, you might rest for like a minute, 2 minutes, and be like, I'm back in, I'm ready to go. But you in top-notch shape. Like when you in top-notch shape, you don't need to rest. Coach, look, you give me a breather because I asked you to take me out. But don't take me out just because you think I'm tired, motherfucker. To take me out. Man, when I need it.
They're doing that in that short of time frame. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, crazy.
Like Joker, I think 33 minutes a game, putting up 25, 11, and 10.
That's a lot.
Giannis, same thing, putting up 30 pieces in 32 minutes.
That's a lot of production in
a lot of production, bro.
In a short period of time.
So do you feel like it balances it out?
Kinda.
I can't even calculate that right now.
Yeah, what do you need to play all those
triple-double
minutes for if you're doing all of that in a shorter amount of time? Isn't that the efficiency part that people want to see more of in the game? You leave them out there for what if they're not really going?
But it's not the guys that are being efficient and productive like that are complaining about load. Those are the guys that are actually playing.
Ones that are playing the most.
You know what I'm saying? Those are the guys that you see out there doing it. Giannis, Joker, I'm not going to say Embiid as much, but during the regular season, he does produce. He does his thing.
I mean, are they load managing? I don't, see, that's what I said. I don't know if it's the players load managing or the team. See, that's what's not being really said. It's not.
Well, they're going to the coaches and asking the coaches about it, and the coaches are going to back.
I feel like everything is like a runaround answer
because
when it comes to it.
What I'm saying is, think about if you're a player and you go and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna take the day off."
Give it to him.
What I'm saying is, I'm not gonna be a coach, and I respect you.
But let's just say if you did an 8-game stretch, and you were doing your thing, you're like, "Hey, coach, I need one. You gotta give me one. Give me a day off."
But what I'm saying is, a good coach knows that already.
Right.
A good coach will be like, "Hey, man, you've been going hard. I'm gonna go ahead and sit you today." That's what I'm saying. I don't see the players, for the most part. I don't see players doing it. I see the coaches and upper management, like, yo, we're going,
The trainers too.
we're going, we're going to rest you. The ankle don't look right. We're going to save you.
Or ask you how you feel. You know what I'm saying? How you feel today? You know what I'm saying? How you feel?
Yeah, you feeling good? Because I wasn't planning on playing. I'm only planning to play you 20-something minutes.
Yeah.
Knowing damn well 20. You ain't gonna fuck my stats up like that.
Yeah. Exactly what it comes down to. I'm messing up my stats. I'll sit. Y'all mess my stats up. I'll play 0 minutes.
Yeah, you played 42 minutes per game, 05-06, played 80 games that season.
That's
wow.
dope.
But now, looking at the long-term ramifications of that, would you still do that knowing what you know now?
No, that was no long. Someone ran into me. That's how I got injured. So I don't know what would have happened. I'm not like...
You was on the bench, though.
Listen, we have the greatest man of all time he played 13 seasons. 9 of the seasons, he played all 92 games. The 10th season, 81. 11th and 12th, 80. In one of those years, he was injured. You shouldn't be able to say shit. You know what I mean? It's without the technology we have today, without the medical staff we have today, without all that shit, right? He was 38 and he played 82 games as a Wizard. As a Wizard, he played 82 games. And they said most of those games, his knees had to be drained.
Yeah. Jump his knee and shit.
He's playing 82 games and draining his knee every game. And there was no question of sitting and saying load management and thinking about missing a game, and it was the Wizards. So, it's one of those things where when you think about a 40-year-old man playing 82 games, getting his knee drained after every game, and he didn't think about sitting because somebody paid, you can't tell me, you can't give me a good enough excuse. Right?
What was Karl Malone and John Stockton? They did 20 years.
John Stockton.
There was a good stat for that.
John Stockton was up there too with 80.
They both. And I remember KG used to say, look, man, these two particular players told me, hey, he was sitting in the ice, he'd have his ice bag, knees, ankles, feet in the tub, all that shit. We should see him every game. And he'd be like, oh yeah, John Stockton and Karl Malone told me about this shit. Before and after the game, do this shit right after the games. Sit here and ice them knees, ice them ankles, ice whatever it is, just sit there and ice. Because this what got them to keep playing over and over and over and over again without really having those aches and bruises and stuff. So
yeah, Malone only played less. He played less than 80 games twice in his career.
Less than 80?
Less than 80
20 years.
98, 99, he played 49 games. In 2003, 04, with the Lakers, he played 42. I think he had the knee injury, whatever it was.
Other than that, he played 80.
Rookie year, 81, 82, 82, 80, 82, 82, 81, 82, 82, 82, 82, 81.
Stockton was
49,
more than
82.
him, too.
I don't think Stockton.
So when did this shift happen? Do we have
probably
like a specific...
Was it
Started sitting Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili.
13 to
Yeah, I
2013?
remember that.
But-
I think I remember that happening.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
2011?
but he didn't, that's what I'm saying, he wasn't sitting them for load managing, he was sitting them for F you guys, right? And that's what he was doing that for, like, it was that year, I remember the year, it was they were playing Miami, right? So what happened, it was Miami, they played OKC, they blew OKC out in the playoffs by 20 both games, and then all of a sudden, game 3 through 6, they became old, right? Oh, they're so old, they can't keep up with these young guys, and Tim Duncan's in foul trouble, Ginobili's in foul, everybody's in foul number, and then OKC plays in a championship, right? So what ends up happening is, TNT, Miami versus Spurs. This what the championship would have been like. So Pop was like, oh, that's what y'all want to see now, huh? Yeah, and send everybody home.
But the fucked up part of the Spurs almost beat the Heat in that game with the reserves, right?
the reserves.
It was a close-ass game. Because I was thinking in my head, like, now what happens if the Spurs win this game? Like, what can you say to Pop?
What can you say, right?
But want to mention that year Malone played 49 games. That was the strike-shortened season. So it was 49 out of 50.
It was 49 out of 50.
Wow.
And then the one you said you got hurt?
And then the last season with the Lakers, I think he had. But Stockton's even crazier. 82, 82, 82, 82, 78, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 64, 50 in that strike-shortened season. 82, 82, 82. He played 82 as a 40-year-old. playing close to 30 minutes a game.
Come on.
Yeah. So
Good for them.
It's like, what did they? You know what I mean? Like that I don't know what science they use.
Was no science.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what science y'all
Steak
using.
and potatoes.
But what science? What science is this? That means they practice and play. Back then they practiced.
Really practiced.
They practiced and played.
Jerry Sloan practiced.
Back then there was no, their training camp was they had unlimited training camp.
Wow.
So back then there was no time.
Right.
So if a coach wanted to train you for 6 hours, y'all gonna practice. They did that.
Whoa.
They changed it when I think it was my 3rd year.
They was getting 6-hour practices off?
Yeah, we had it at a union. We had to do it in a collective bargaining.
Yeah, that's what I said. Right before when I came in, like it was my third year when they agreed they can only do 3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours is max.
Yep.
And only an hour and a half contact.
Man.
Because, players was complaining that, like Pat Riley was having them conditioned for 2 hours, 3 hours and shit. Doing the trash can drill, running up and down, sliding back with your hands up, just hours, and they were like.
What's hilarious about that is Antoine Walker came to the Timberwolves. He said, man, there's a new rule. You can train me as long as you want to. But you can't train me as hard as you want to. I do what I want to do in this 3-hour block that you got me here.
Right, so, that was a 3-hour block. Like John Lucas, they said John Lucas, man, it was crazy back then.
Now let's move on to the last segment of the day, Mostly Fans.
Mostly.
Presented by Underdog Fantasy, Gil's Arena. So look, we do the questions in the chat. Some good questions come from the chat. We also do video questions. And we would say 100 for the video questions. 100 for the video questions, 50 for.
They really want to see y'all face.
Really do.
Yes, we do.
Oh, it's Joe.
Very excited.
It's Joe.
Very excited.
He can't wait to.
Very excited.
Clown. Look, look.
No, we got a few people in the
We
chat.
got video ones?
Oh, we got a few. Very
Yay,
excited to see what y'all
videos.
look like. Because it feels like you're projecting your own shortcomings and inequity.
Do you got your jokes ready though?
No, I don't need jokes.
Yeah.
Making fun of the
I want to
fans.
hear your jokes.
I'm working right now.
He said I'm working right
man.
I'm at,
Not
imagine I
at
came
work.
to your work, I hate on you for free. You're not even getting paid to do this shit. You're literally 1/8 of your day.
Bro,
imagine
you got
spending
to have
1/8 of your
one
day.
joke on them.
No, but I wake up in the morning like, I'm about to go hate on Josiah. Like, you tell people this. What you doing today?
No, that's facts.
What you gonna do today? I'm gonna go hate on Josiah all day. Yeah.
Look.
For the show he's getting paid to work on.
Thank
getting
you.
Y'all killing me.
Y'all got it.
I don't care what I look like if I get $100.
Yeah, so more of the story, get that 100.
I ask my question. Give my 100.
So first question from the third Splash Bro, that's the Underdog username. Would you rather have Kyrie's bag or Steph's shooting ability? Think about it.
Oh, I got mine. I got my answer. Kyrie bag. I already got a shooting ability.
But do I get
I already got an unmatched shooting ability.
Do I get Steph dribbling too? Do I get Steph dribbling too, or do I just have his shooting?
Kyrie's bag?
Everything you got. Everything you got.
Shooting
Like
ability.
that, they leave out half of Steph's game completely. Like,
Because
he's a good ball
if you have Kyrie's bag but can't shoot, then
That's the point. That's the point.
I'm just gonna back the fuck up, so I'll take
just the shooting ability.
I'll take Steph.
It's everything you got. You get Steph shooting.
I'll take Steph. I don't want to be.
everything I have.
Everything
already?
you
Oh,
got.
I'm going with Kyrie then.
Going with Kyrie.
You already got the point,
Go
though.
with me.
Yeah, everything you got, and you can add
Plus-
one of their attributes.
Steph.
Yeah, I'm picking Kyrie.
Because
Picking Kyrie.
I was fast, so I don't really need it dribbling. Just shot.
But you could already shoot. Mr. Bionic, man.
It becomes more. It's better. I can run and
I'm
shoot.
picking
I can
Kyrie.
run and shoot
Well,
fast
get
feet.
3 more percentage points on my 3.
I'm getting that
I
cup.
probably wouldn't even
Get
stop.
I'm mixing,
What I'm saying,
mastering. What?
I probably won't even stop
my
though.
shooting percentage is going to go up because now they got to guard me.
They
like
got to guard, and they can't guard it.
Yeah.
Like, you
I
can't guard
probably
it.
won't.
Alright,
But I'm saying I was so fast, I probably won't even stop when I shoot now because I got Steph clipped.
But you shoot from half.
I just be like, yeah, yeah,
just floating in the air.
just float, yeah, Should I get a turnaround too? Oh my God.
That's
So
hilarious.
our first video clip of the day, coming from Underdog username Fierce Deception. Fierce Deception. Let's roll the video.
What's good, Gil's Arena? I got one question for y'all. If there was one game that you can witness in NBA history, this could be any game that you could sit courtside for and watch, what game would that be? And if there's one game that you would have loved to play in NBA history, what game would that be?
That's a good question.
That's 2 questions. Give him 200. Give him 200.
200. 2 good questions too.
What game sit courtside and what game would you want to play in?
Probably a Laker-Boston game in the 80s, since that's when all the racial tension happened, and I'd rather it be in LA just to beat on those folks.
Damn.
LA is the magic! No, serious, that's really technically that's what's really going on. It was like, you got white,
Yeah.
and then you got us free over here, and it was, we fighting for freedom.
Fight for freedom.
in a sense.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I would have wanted to watch one of those games, and I would have wanted to play when Wilt played to score that 100.
Facts.
Because I'm pretty sure that I would have had at least 100 too. What?
Bro, you a fucking hilarious.
There was no 3-point line.
Is it 102 or 102?
There was no 3-point line?
He also was going to have 100.
That'd have been just with all layups, all fast break layups, and free throws. I could have did that because he probably didn't shoot good free throws. Yeah. Put me in Wilt.
102?
So you trading baskets?
I would have had 102 quick ones.
Trading baskets with him?
Just picking up full court because they only can dribble one hand.
What did he say? He was 40 for 52 from the line?
How many steals would you
He was what?
28 for 32 from the line in that 100.
28 for 32.
He missed
a lot.
4.
So he only missed 4?
He missed 4, yeah.
Nah, okay, I don't want that game. God damn.
Because
he made all his free throws, so and he was in here with it.
Yeah. Jumping over
and
everybody.
he was just as fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't have scored 100 in because he got the height.
He blocking that shit now.
No, I'm saying he got the height too, so that helped him score easier. So I'd have probably had like 80, 85. But I got 85 though.
I got 85.
So I'm gonna take the 85. I ain't even gonna say I'm gonna take that. I take the 85. Probably wouldn't have got to 100.
Lexi, how about yourself? I see the brain churning over there. The Reeboks is Reeboking.
Reeboking.
The game I'd want to be at is the Malice in the Palace game.
I like that.
I would like to be there just to see. I watched the documentary about it, but I'd like to be there. Probably would have been like just insane. To play in, I don't know. There's a lot of, maybe that game that when Ray Allen hit that corner 3 in Miami.
Okay.
Just to I don't know. That's probably another game I like to just watch. I don't know if there's any games that I physically want to be a part of, but as far as being in the building, just that moment, I remember watching it on TV.
And they want to know at that Malice in the Palace game, would you be throwing cups at people like dump a soda on Reggie Miller?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Just watching.
Throwing hands with him? Would you?
I would assume that I'm a time traveler in this moment.
You get
I'm recording everything.
No, WNBA game though. What WNBA game?
Yeah, I didn't want to say I don't think you can play in that
Miami game.
Miami game.
So the WNBA game, shit, I wish I played in the game where we won the damn championship. I didn't play a minute. I was on the bench.
You could have.
Check me in, coach. Goddamn, put me in that game.
The game before in Chicago of our finals, I did not play a second.
Hey, I would have checked myself in
I
at
would
that
have
point.
loved to play in that game.
That's fine.
Understandable. Rashad, how about yourself?
Last shot, Michael Jordan, Utah. I want to be courtside. Courtside of that. I want to see that. That shit was fire.
It would have been a little tough leaving the stadium, I'm gonna be honest.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Airport close, though. The airport is close.
That was just an iconic moment. You know what I'm saying? I think to be courtside there. And the game to play in, I want to 81 Kobe. Play on his team. I don't want no parts of that 81.
Play on his team?
Play on his team.
You know they didn't shoot the ball, right?
Yeah. I'm a part of the history.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say
Me and Luke, was Luke Walton on that team? Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, he was there.
I be Luke.
Last game would have been dope to be there for too.
Yeah.
Not the playing. You ain't getting not one touch.
Yeah, you're not.
Hey, look, I passed.
What's so funny? No.
Assist.
To be honest, I watched that game. I just did on playback. I just watched that game, and he wasn't ball hard.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't actually. Like they was just sorry as hell. No.
They missed a lot of shots.
No,
The Raptors or the Lakers?
both teams were sorry as hell, but the Lakers, they didn't have no shooters whatsoever. So the Raptors is basically playing a zone.
Yep.
So because the other ones couldn't shoot, because you got Lamar
For
Odom.
81 points.
Yeah, Lamar Odom. You had on the court, you had Mims, you had Kwame,
Smush.
you had Smush, you had Luke Walton. So think about the court. Like, they're not going to shoot the three. So it's basically just, we're going to pass it around and eventually try to get to Kobe, and he has to try to put something up. So they just didn't have any shooters for anybody to take any shots, but everybody got the ball.
They had what? Radmanovich was on that team, I think. He wasn't on that team?
I don't think they had Sash.
Devin
Devin
George.
George, who couldn't shoot.
Yep.
They had Sash and
Brian. He was the only shooter.
Bro, the bench, they only scored 5 points.
That's crazy.
And all 5 were scored in the first quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll take Luke Walton's spot. Go out there and
It was just
here you go, Kobe. Here you go.
All right, last question comes from BMac32.
BMac.
Another video question.
And I hope y'all answer this question. I done put it in the chat several times, and Josiah just keep ignoring it.
It ain't me.
I hope y'all get this, man. But who is the GOAT for the W? Who's the female GOAT? And does Asia Wilson has a chance at being that GOAT?
BMac, it was not me. That's why we got to you. We wanted to make sure you got the 100, not the 50. We doubled it up. Lexi, who's the GOAT?
I don't know. I feel like the thing is, like, so many of us have different answers, and because the league is so young, and I hate calling her the GOAT because she's still playing. Sometimes I teeter between Maya, and it's hard for Maya because she kind of just left her career unfinished, kind of, but she was so accomplished. And then Diana, obviously, because her body of work, she's all-time leading scorer, so I put Diana up there. But then I hate ignoring, like, Cheryl and all them. So I'm like,
I asked Cheryl before the show yesterday. She kind of just gave me a look that implied, like, Negro, you know.
It's me.
4x4, and I was gonna go with Cheryl. I'm gonna go with Cheryl.
Yeah.
4x4.
So I mean, if we're talking like the totality of the W, it's Cheryl, I think.
Oh, okay.
So when they say, like, I hear like when they say WNBA, right? And then some says just women's basketball.
Right.
So when you say women's basketball, then it's like they'd be like Cynthia Cooper, because when she was doing what she was doing, there was no W.
WNBA.
And then when she came in, I think she was in her 30s, and she was like MVP. Like it was like it just all happened so fast, and it was like she left, came back MVP. So it was like, how good was this?
Yeah.
How good was she? So it's
hard.
It's hard because
There's so many moments in women's basketball that is like just undocumented, or like people just didn't care enough to share it. Like even Cheryl Miller scoring all them points in high school.
Yeah.
Like, how did you score 100 points in
And
high
how-
school?
What's so funny is that shouldn't even be the record, though, because that record was damn near beat at halftime by Lisa Leslie,
Yeah,
but the team wouldn't come out. So she would have beat the record, but the team didn't want to come out at halftime.
Exactly.
Imagine getting 200 put on your head.
This was it. She got 101.
Like canceled the whole
So
season.
so it was Cheryl Miller's was 105.
Yeah.
105. Lisa Leslie has 101 at the half.
That's mean. Are you pressing?
That's 8-minute quarters.
8-minute
Those are
quarters.
8-minute
couldn't get the
quarters.
ball. They couldn't
Eight
get-
8-minute
minutes.
quarters.
That's
They
impossible.
couldn't get the ball past her.
Who's the scorekeeper?
I'm telling you, it's
They couldn't get the ball.
like,
Bro,
were
you
they? I
focus-
mean, obviously, I'm not discrediting their talent, but like, how bad were the girls there?
They couldn't get the ball past her.
Who's the referee? It's a foul.
No, they
It's a
couldn't.
foul.
No, they couldn't.
Lisa, that's a foul. Stop
Foul.
fouling.
What
It's
is it?
just taking the ball from a
They're taking the ball out, and she's just sitting there. Just,
And like there's no shot clock either.
No
So why are
shot-
you guys not just holding the ball
8
at this
minutes.
point?
Get the ball in.
Yeah, you don't have one press break.
They
or
couldn't get
inbound
the ball
play?
past half. They couldn't get the ball
Golly.
past half court on her.
Like that's not even
8-minute
fun.
quarters. You got 100 at half. I need to see the
Disgusting.
footage.
But we're seeing teams right now 169-2. Like, so, I mean.
I mean, the talent. Yeah,
And do you think Asia can get to that level?
I think so.
Wow.
I do.
Okay.
She's again, we're so early in our careers. There's so much of her game that she hasn't even tapped into yet. Like, she doesn't even play outside of the paint pretty much at all. I think she's going to add that at some point, but she doesn't have to anytime soon. But, I mean, it's hard to deem someone a GOAT when they only play, you know, they're only shooting layups, they're playing pick and roll. Like, you don't have that, like, flashiness. So, like, that's the hard part. I think that's why people don't give her the respect, because she's just a hard-nosed, solid player. But she puts up crazy numbers. She's gonna break that scoring record, I think. I'm mad that Becky didn't let her get past that 53 mark, because
Real shit.
she was right there. But, yeah, I think she's on pace. If she's not the GOAT, she's gonna be Hall of Famer, no question, one of the best to ever play, definitely.
Agreed.
For sure.
Agreed.
Well, there you have it. That's our show for today. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Appreciate you, the Underdog Fantasy, as always. Download the app, use promo code GIL. They will match your first deposit up to $500. Appreciate you to everybody who sent in a video, too. For MostlyFans, y'all getting 100. First one was a double question, right? They're getting 200. Make it happen, Underdog, so they don't come looking for me. B-Mac, we will get your questions in. Yeah. See you in the chat. You got to spam us, but we got you one today.
Shout out to nice guys, man. Appreciate the love last night. I'm still kind of
you getting there
kind of tipsy a little bit. Just trying to
Oh,
looking for some work. I'm looking for some work out there.
He's a nice guy. I was there.
Wednesdays at Highlight Room. Milton and them holla at me, man. Highlight Room. I'm there Wednesdays. Let's go.
Now you got the all day plug every day.
I'm just trying to figure out how to get back on the scene. You feel me?
Oh, brother.
You feel me?
You got the ball rolling at the line.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to H Wood Group as well.
H Wood, I seen him last night. I seen him in the.
Shout out to Mr. B. He'll be here
Mr.
later
B.
this week. Mr. B allowing us to really use his connections to get our Flourish game cracking.
For sure.
But we'll be back Wednesday with another episode of Gil's Arena presented by Underdog Fantasy. See y'all tomorrow.
Let me find out y'all over there still be in the club.
I'm on the sideline.